Yo, guys, welcome back to our third episode, main episode of We Got Issues. I am the host, Luke, aka MLGman, and this is my co host,
Xboxgut, what's going on, guys?
Xboxgut, aka Cameron. We're bringing you guys another episode today. We're just going to be chatting it up as per usual. If you guys, by the time you guys are seeing this, we should have our first episode out for our Berserk blind read along. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely check that out because that was a huge episode we did. It was a ton of fun. So if you guys
Great,
have
great.
already read Berserk, it's definitely worth going and listening to our thoughts and our dissection of the Black Swordsman arc. But yeah, nothing super crazy planned today. We're just chilling out and seeing what happens. So yeah, you want to start us off by talking about anything in particular, Cameron?
Well, I mean, we're a manga, we're a comic podcast at heart, so I really have been really enjoying rereading Berserk, man. Like that whole episode, me and you just chopping up, kind of dissecting that whole first arc. Fucking, where did the time go? You know what I mean? Jeez, that shit went fucking, 3 hours. A new 3 hour episode just went by like that.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, just rereading that whole first arc was fucking incredible. And really, rereading that arc that made me fall in love with the medium of reading in general. Because Berserk wasn't the first manga that I picked up, and it wasn't, I the first manga that I picked up was Dragon Ball Z. I know you guys that I mentioned that in the first episode, and I started getting into like Zelda manga and shit like that, and none of it really brought me into collecting like Berserk that first arc did, and rereading it now, almost like 4 years later, it it just really blew my mind. A lot of stuff that I forgot, and you guys should definitely go check out that episode of us reviewing it and dissecting it because me and Luke are riffing off each other. He's telling me things that I've read it. This is my third time reading it, and there's shit that I didn't even think about, and there's stuff that I was mentioning that he didn't even think about. So it's just great episode, and if you guys are even thinking about getting into Berserk, it's great jumping on point. We're very very early on. We're only three, maybe we're one deluxe in, three Tonkabon volumes in, and hop on that train now before it gets too late to hop on, because me and him are gonna be flying through Berserk through that Golden Age arc, and I'm can't wait.
Yeah, definitely. Whenever we get a couple more episodes for the Berserk review down, I'll make a playlist here on the We Got Issues channel. So if you guys ever do want to go back and read it along with us, even if you aren't gonna be reading it with us as we're doing it, you can still go back and hear our thoughts. And sort of be a part of the conversation with us. And those episodes are really cool too, because like I said, they're really long. So if you have like a long drive ahead of you and you just want to put something on, or if you're doing some chores around the house and just throw it on in the back with some AirPods, a perfect opportunity to just chillax. So yeah, definitely check it out. I had a lot of fun because I had already like read that part, but it was cool to go back and get into it. And we talked about it a little bit in the review, so I'm not going to rehash it, but uh, reading it for the first time as like a surface level read through of the Black Swordsman arc is very different from reading it with some like insight into Berserk and the lore and the story and Guts as a character. It's basically two different stories, so it was a lot of fun to read it a second time.
Oh, I could not agree more, man. It's a completely different um like vibe altogether, completely different story from reading it at face value than reading it with a little bit of context about even just the Golden Age. All you need to know is the Golden Age, and that whole first arc gets recontextualized in its entirety. So it's a great
Absolutely,
time.
yeah, man. Um, yeah, we don't have to talk about Berserk all episode and another Berserk episode, but so you want to talk a little bit about Preacher because you did finish that just the other day.
Yeah, so I finished Preacher. And I know you guys know last episode I was just kind of yapping and yapping and yapping about how Trade 7 and even a little bit of no trade. I enjoyed Trade 6, but maybe Trade 5, 5 and 7 really kind of turned me off on the series pretty hard. and I felt like the lines were very much blurred, almost even forgotten about what the main quest of the story was, which was Jesse Custer trying to find God, using his befound powers of Genesis and the Word of God, trying to make God atone for his abandonment of humanity. And hearing that, it sounds like a great premise, you know what I mean? But gotta be honest with you guys, man. I finished it, read trades 8 and 9, and I genuinely did not like it. I really extremely lackluster, um, very anticlimactic, um, boring. I'm not gonna go into crazy spoilers about it, but that final battle, if you want to call it that final battle, you know, uh, it doesn't even get illustrated whatsoever. It's kind of the aftermath of that battle gets shown to you, and that aftermath of the battle is like literally the last issue or the last 2 issues of the entire series, and you kind of see the resolution of Cassidy, the resolution of Jesse Custer, of her star, of Arseface, which is Arseface is one of my favorite characters in the book because he's just so goofy and shit, and they completely threw his character out the window after trade number 4. It made me pretty sad because, like I said, I enjoyed his character, and yeah, they completely tossed his character out the window. No character development whatsoever after his backstory. He kind of just became a rock star, and that was pretty much it. He found it's a spoiler, but it's fucking so insignificant of the story. But his story ends with him finding a girl that really likes him, and that's basically the end of his story. And yeah, there's no character resolution, and after reading it, I got to be completely honest, man. The Saint of Killers is one of the best comic characters I've read about so far. I loved his backstory, and he was really the bow that tied together all of Preacher, in my opinion. He's the one who basically started it with that whole Western arc, his whole backstory, and he's the one who ended it. And I wish we got to see the whole final battle, but we just got to see the aftermath about it. And I know Preacher is very highly regarded as one of the greatest comic runs of all time, and for me, it just left me extremely unsatisfied. And I remember finishing it, and I was just sitting there, playing my computer all night, and I was just like, "Fuck, man, fuck." Like what the hell? Like what the fuck, man? What the hell was that? Like I just wanted a, more satisfying ending, and that wasn't it. And it kind of made me upset because I really liked Preacher at the beginning. It had a lot of good, promising story beats, but they never got resolved in personally the way I wanted them to. And yeah, if I got to be honest, man, I want to go back and reread what I what I read, and I want to finish The Boys because The Boys, if you guys remember, I fucking hated The Boys when I first read it. I didn't really like it, but now reading Garth Ennis's, previous work, Preacher, I definitely want to go and see because I could definitely tell that The Boys is a lot more laser focused in on a main quest and a main, story premise. And I just, I think I will definitely enjoy The Boys a lot more than I enjoyed Preacher. That's for sure.
That's interesting. I think, I mean, like as we've talked about before, my only experience with Preacher was through the TV show adaptation, and I thought it was pretty good most of the way through. I think season 2 of the show meanders a little bit when they're in New Orleans. It's a lot of kind of walking around and trying to figure things out, and it's a lot of dialogue and not a whole lot of doing stuff. So season 2 was a little bit boring, but and I thought the ending was a little anticlimactic. But the show, overall, was pretty freaking good. So whenever I get around to reading Preacher, you'll definitely have to watch the show, and we can discuss it, and compare and contrast because yeah, I think it's an interesting topic.
So if you don't mind, bro, could you tell me how the show ends? I won't allude to anything about the comic. I'm not gonna spoil you on the comic, but I wanna I want to know how this show ends. I'll watch it whenever we get around to, doing that dual, yin and yang of the comic and the show. But I like, bro, that ending was so anti fucking climactic. It genuinely like was like took me back.
So it's been about a year now since I watched the show, so I might have a couple things wrong or be missing some stuff. But basically, Jesse goes to the Alamo to duel against God, and then they fight, and then I don't remember. I think well, I mean, I think he beats God or something like that. Um, but I remember like after the whole like final showdown thing, the actual show ends with um with Jesse being dead, and you're in like this cemetery, and Tulip's daughter, the Tulip and Jesse's daughter, is there at the cemetery, and Tulip looks exactly like her mother. Like she's in the show, she's like her daughter is played by the same actress as Tulip, so like they're
Oh shit.
basically the same character. Um, and their daughter is talking to Cassidy. Cassidy goes and like they're at Jesse's grave or whatever, and Cassidy is like comforting her, and then I guess I don't remember exactly what happens, but Cassidy basically walks away and steps into the sun and like kills himself because he's like ready to die or something like that. And that's pretty much how the show ends.
Yeah, completely different in the comic.
Interesting.
Like it couldn't be more different, honestly. And I would rather it fucking be like how the show was, because there was no fucking battle between Jesse and God ever in the show or in the
Interesting.
comic. So yeah, yeah, very very disappointing. I know, I don't want to talk about Preacher the entire fucking episode or talk in circles like I did last time, but yeah, I just want to let you guys know that I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm missing, and if there's anyone that, obviously there's a lot of old comic heads that are probably in love with Preacher. Tell me what I'm missing, man, because I just did not enjoy it. I really didn't. It had a great premise and a great story, but I just did not enjoy it, man. Not worth the, not worth, not worth the money. Not worth the, the time that it took me to read it. Because it's only 9 trades, which isn't much at all, to be honest. I've read, The Walking Dead, Invincible, and shit like that, but Preacher just felt fucking 10 times longer than both of those series combined. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me know if there's something I'm missing down in the comments. Let me know if I'm just fucking stupid, because I'm pretty sure that's what people that love it probably think that I'm, how my opinion about it is. But yeah, did not enjoy it, man.
But you're reading something you like a lot more right now, though.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. So I just got I know in my last haul, my birthday haul that I got with the the care package that you sent me with all the single issues and the trades of Hulk. My father actually gifted me the Immortal Hulk omnibus, uh, the Marvel omnibus, the biggest book I've ever owned, the biggest book I probably have ever fucking seen. It's a 10-pound Marvel omnibus that is like literally like that thick, man. It is awesome, really, really, really awesome, and I'm only about 7 issues in. Well, actually 8, because the first issue of the collected edition is an Avengers, kind of like a backstory type of
Prologue, kind of.
yeah, prologue, like a tie-in prologue in a way. And wow, man, I it could not be more opposite of my feelings on Preacher, man. I know I'm only like 7 issues in of a 50 issue run, but wow, man, I gotta say, loving the art. There's multiple different art styles, which I don't know even the author or the comic artist that's doing it. But man, I don't know if the comic artist is kind of handing off some single issues to other like comic illustrators. But man, that art style changes, pretty like drastically throughout some of these single issues. And I'm like all for it, man. I'm really enjoying it. The art is awesome, and it feels kind of creepy at times, man. Like there's whole panels where Bruce Banner's bleeding green gamma out of his eyes, and Hulk's like got his eyes ripped out and shit. Like it is awesome, man. And then you know most of the time whenever like you see the Avengers movies, or like excluding the Edward Norton Hulk movie, you always just see Hulk fighting you know humanoid type characters, alien type characters, or Thor or the Hulk Buster, and you don't really get to see Hulk versus other like big gigantic beings like himself, other than like I said, excluding the Edward Norton Hulk, which is the best Hulk movie in my opinion, where he fights Abomination. I used to have action figures of that shit whenever I was a little kid. But in this, man, in this run, I mean, within the first 3 issues, you already have um, this like gamma radiation beast, that is like a like a saber tooth, like fucking like tiger with he's like super hairy and shit like that. He's massive. His claws are like ripping people's throats out, slicing people's throats. It's awesome, man. And you get to see Hulk battle personal trauma with his past with his father, and battle himself as well, because in this, I mean, I don't know the public perception of Hulk, but if you just watch the movies in the MCU, Hulk is kind of an idiot. He's kind of just a big glorified kid, um like a really young kid at that. But in this run, he's very, very intelligent, and he's almost like a completely different entity in itself during this run, and that's something that I am very much like interested in, to see where it goes, because it's something completely different than I'm used to. I'm just an MCU guy, man. Like I said, I just got into comics, you know, almost like half a year ago, but this take on Hulk and Bruce Banner and the whole like his past trauma with his father, is really, really awesome, man. I cannot wait to continue reading it, and I've just been very much enjoying it, man. Very much.
I think you'll definitely enjoy the Donnie Cates and Ryan Otley run, like the series they did.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
really cool. It's not as deep, I would say, as probably Immortal Hulk is. It's more just action oriented and just like kind of like a fun, shorter read. It's nothing
Yeah, yeah,
crazy,
yeah.
but they do some cool shit in that where like the way that Donnie Cates writes Hulk or writes Bruce Banner is essentially Bruce Banner uses magic and science to trap the Hulk's persona like back inside of his mind and creates like this prison for Hulk within his mind. And so,
Mm.
but he's able to use the Hulk's body, but Bruce Banner is basically sitting inside of his own brain and like piloting the Hulk's body like a mech suit almost.
Oh shit.
It's
Okay.
like it's kind of confusing when you're reading it, but basically he forces Hulk to transform and then traps away the Hulk's like psyche so that the Hulk isn't in control. Bruce Banner is in control, and he's basically sitting like in a mech suit, and it's really fucking cool. They it's almost like a spaceship, so they call him the Smastronaut, and it's really
Oh
dope.
shit.
And like
This complemented by that Ryan Otley art.
oh yeah, dude.
Fucking awesome. That is so sick. That is a run that I definitely can't wait to get into. I still need to get that missing trade in between the one that you gifted me. But
That missing trade, you're gonna want that, bro. Trust.
yeah, for sure.
There's an
For sure.
awesome. I mean, the trade is Banner of War, and on the cover, it's Hulk versus Thor. So like, you already know what's gonna happen in it. But there's some cool stuff that I wasn't expecting either that happens in that trade. I won't spoil it, but yeah, that run, I didn't like it at first. I read the first trade and I was kind of iffy on it. Um, but then I went back and reread the first trade and then continued, and I liked it a lot more on the second read through. I'll be honest. Um, but yeah, no, it's really fun, and especially if you like um, just fun, weird, kind of out there ideas. I mean, that's all Donny Cates does, and it's like you said,
Yeah.
it's complemented by that Ryan Otley art. It's just like hyper violent and just super cool. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you'll definitely like that.
So like with Hulk, man, like how you're saying like it's not as deep as the Immortal Hulk. Like to me, Hulk, not shouldn't, but to me was never like that deep of a character. Like to begin with, you enjoy Hulk because of the action, of the intense battles that he gets into, of like, you know, um, I haven't gotten into like the whole cosmic era of Hulk, but I know that that's one of the best parts about Hulk. That Planet Hulk, um, Return to Planet Hulk, and stuff like that. Those like those cosmic battles and shit like that, not just taking place on Earth, but going back to Immortal Hulk, like I didn't know Hulk could get like um kind of deep like that with like Hulk's backstory and his abuse from his father and shit like that. Like I was like, whoa, like all right,
Well, I'll
I'm
be
fucking
honest
all
with you, Cameron. That's how it should be though, because
yeah,
I was in the same boat as you because that's all that, like, at least with the MCU and for the most part, I guess some of the cartoons and stuff. That's all that we were ever given, or like in the video games too. We always get
yes,
Hulk as
yes.
just like a smash everything. They never care to really go deeper with him, but in the comics, it's a whole nother ball game.
So is that why people consider the Immortal Hulk probably the best Hulk run ever, because it is
Probably,
like taking it back to like kind of what Hulk should have been.
yeah. Yeah, and it's also, I know when I was trying to pitch it to you, it's also definitely got some like horror elements to it as well
Oh,
that kind of shake up the game a little bit. Uh,
100%. And
yeah.
and even the way I apologies for not knowing the comic artist's name, but the way he draws or she draws Hulk, he very much looks like how we were explaining yesterday in the episode of Berserk, how kind of Kentaro Miura kind of illustrates Guts kind of looking like the villain, looking like the bad guy. And the comic artist, he or she, the way he draws Hulk really makes him look fucking horrifying and really freaky. And you're kind of wondering, like, is Hulk like a good character, or
Right.
is he a fucking, or are the Avengers like right for stopping him?
Yeah.
It's kind of a toss up between like, where Hulk's morals stand or where your morals stand and shit like that. It's fucking really, really fucking good, man. Like, I have a feeling I'm gonna like this shit just as much as Invincible, because I really liked Invincible
Right.
really fucking much. But I have a feeling that Hulk and Spider-Man were my two favorite characters whenever I was a little boy.
Well,
And this is just, if I had this whenever I was a little fucking kid, I would have probably fucking creamed my pants for real.
well, did you know that I don't know when exactly this happens in the comics, but there is this group that they call the New Fantastic Four. Have you heard of this?
I'm trying to, well, does it have to do with the Hickman run of Fantastic Four?
No.
No, okay, because there was like a new Fantastic Four after one of the members dies in that run.
So it's not like, I don't know if it's necessarily like an official thing because it's from uh like the older comics, probably from like the 80s or something. So I'm not exactly sure the context of it, but there comes a point, I guess, where the actual Fantastic Four have to step aside, and so they create like this new Fantastic Four. It's kind of like an unofficial kind of thing, but it's Hulk, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider that work together, and they're like their,
Bro, that is literally top four.
yeah.
Oh my fuck,
And
that
so
sounds so good.
a lot of times you'll
Uh,
see, especially you'll see some comic art from back in the day where it's those four characters working together or like drawn together, and that they're usually known as the new Fantastic Four. And it's like when they're together, it's really fucking cool.
Dude,
You
that
should
is,
look it up.
yeah, for fucking sure. I'll definitely check that out. That sounds incredible because I haven't gotten too much into Ghost Rider. But one thing I do like about Ghost Rider is that there's different eras of the spirit of vengeance, where there's literally different humans that are different, spirits of vengeance that get, possessed by that spirit. And
Almost like a
it's cool
passing of
because
the torch kind of deal.
100%, 100%. So like everyone knows that, Danny Ketch has his infamous fucking motorcycle with like the flaming wheels and shit like that. But I want to say it's Danny Rend or something like is the newest Spirit of Vengeance where he uses a do you know what his name is?
Danny Rand is Iron Fist. It's
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's
I
right.
thought the newest one was Robbie Reyes.
I think that's what it is, Robbie Reyes, but he has instead of having that fucking signature motorcycle, he has a fucking charger as
Oh
his fucking
shit.
dude. It's cool because Robbie Reyes is going to be the new Ghost Rider in the Marvel fighting game, the Tokon Fighting Souls.
Okay.
He's the Ghost Rider in it.
He's the
And
one
I
that
just
looks kind
that's
of like
cool.
almost kind of futuristic looking.
Yeah, he has like the skull, but it's like it like has like armor on its face. It almost looks
Almost like a
like.
cyberpunky, like cyborg looking Ghost Rider thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
awesome looking Spirit of Vengeance. But I don't know too much about um Ghost Rider, but whenever I do, man, he's my Ghost Rider, man. That Robbie Reyes, he's my Ghost Rider. He's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Well, before Danny Ketch, there was Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. Oh, I thought Catch was before Blaze.
No,
No.
Johnny Blaze was first, and then Ketch was like the new Ghost Rider in the '90s.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's so cool, man. Like I think that's just cool because different eras can have their own. Like it's kind of like the whole Miles Morales and Peter Parker type thing. You
for
know what I
sure.
mean? Like some people think that their Spider-Man is Miles Morales. You know what I mean? Which is fucking awesome.
There's this really cool one. I don't know what run it was from, but she's like it's this Native American chick from or like an Indian like I don't know what you want to call them, but indigenous like American lady from like the 1800s, like from like way back when. I think it's from the 1800s because it might be like cowboy times or something like that. But she has the spirit of vengeance, and it's almost like this Native American Ghost Rider kind of concept, and it's really fucking cool.
I think I know which character you're talking about because I'm caught up weekly or no monthly on the Spirit of Violence
Hmm.
Ghost Rider run. And I think they're coming out with issue 3 next month. But that Native American, that Indigenous American, like Ghost Rider, is in that series.
Okay. Cool.
And she's very much like a kind of like a Doctor Strange using like staffs and shit like that. Are we thinking about the same character?
Maybe. I'm not
Yeah,
100% sure. Because the only
but
run that I've read with her in it, I read this mini series that was one of my favorite groups called the Midnight Suns. Are you familiar with that?
I know. Isn't it like I know it's a game. That's
Well,
all I know
what the
about
game
Midnight
is
Sun.
based on.
Oh, I see.
So,
So the game was based on a comic run.
the Midnight Suns are this group that take on like supernatural forces. So it's usually like Ghost Rider and Blade are like the two main members, but then you'll have like a cast like a changing cast of characters. Like you'll get Morbius sometimes, or
Mm,
Wolverine is often part
yeah,
of the
Wolverine.
team. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dude, yeah, I love that whole I know that the whole lore around like Ghost Rider gets a little convoluted,
Mm.
but it's kind of like the whole Hulk thing. Like I'm not really there for like the story of cuz people dude I was reading some reviews on Comic Geeks about that Spirit of Violence issue 2 cuz I thought it was fucking awesome. It was like the first time Robbie Reyes and Danny Ketch ever talked in the continuity of Marvel.
Oh shit,
And they
that's
it
cool.
was the first time. Yeah, so the first time they ever met, they had a couple lines a couple lines exchanged, and I fucking thought it was awesome. And I was like, man, I got to see what other people are thinking about it. Dude, it was fucking getting so much hate on Comic Geeks. Like everyone's like, this shit is so confusing and so convoluted. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I thought it was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's literally Robbie Reyes and like this other like Ghost Rider esque type of character going through like space in his fucking charger, and they're just getting chased by all these aliens and shit. It's fucking metal, bro.
Dude,
I
I
was
was
like,
about
dude,
to say
this
that's
is sick.
metal as hell, dude. That's
Dude. And then
awesome.
the whole time that they're going like Robbie Reyes and that one like kind of Ghost Rider esque type of character are going through space, like trying to get back to Earth. Um, Danny Ketch and his sister gets possessed by a spirit of violence, not vengeance. She gets possessed and they fucking end up battling it out on Earth. And then fucking Robbie Reyes and that one Ghost Rider character meet up with them on Earth. And then they kind of have that exchange back and forth. Dude, I thought it was awesome. Like, not being a Ghost Rider fan or like into that shit too much, even though I want to be, I thought it was fucking great.
Yeah, I mean, just see, I picked up the because before the Spirits of Violence run, they had a Spirit of Vengeance Ghost Rider run, and I was picking that up. I didn't end up actually reading it, but I'll probably get the trade at some point. I just wasn't really. I don't know why I was picking it up. Honestly, the covers were sick. I think that's
Yeah,
the main thing. But I did have two questions about the Spirit of Violence run.
sure. What's up?
Firstly, who's the one with like the purple skull with the spikes on it? Is that the sister?
That's the sister, yeah.
Okay,
Because she's not a spirit of vengeance, she's a spirit of violence. And
gotcha.
there's like a lot of those spirits of violence that are around that. Um, that's another criticism that people say there's just too many, you know, too many different Ghost Riders and shit. And I'm
I
just
think
like,
it's cool as shit. The more the merrier, if you ask
yeah,
me.
for sure. So you got like, Johnny Blaze. I don't know if Johnny Blaze is in it, but I know for sure Danny Ketch and Robbie Reyes are going to be teaming up in this run for the very, very first time. And fucking dude, it's awesome. Yeah, I really enjoy it.
Awesome. And my other question is Helverine in it, and is Cosmic Ghost Rider in it?
Cosmic Ghost Rider is not in it, but
Okay.
Helverine is the uh, like the main villain of this entire
Villain.
run. Yeah, he's the villain. Yeah.
Interesting.
He wasn't in this issue. He was in the first one, but he was trying to kill Danny Ketch pretty fucking violently in it. I was like, "Yo, Helver!" I'd never been exposed to that character before, and he looks fucking devilish, man. Awesome looking design.
I'll have to go back and read that run because so there was a run that they did last year with Logan as the Helverine, and then they followed it up with a part two where his son Dakin becomes the Helverine. And I was reading that run for a little bit, but then I dropped it. And as far as I'm aware, that run has since ended. So maybe some shit happens in the finale of that run, where he becomes more of a villain kind of character. I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure, but that's news to me. I was just wondering because Helverine is one of my favorite character designs in comics. I mean, as Wolverine being like my number one, and then you just put the flaming Ghost Rider skull on there with the claws, dude. That shit's so hype.
Flaming Claws, fucking so sick. But I would not be surprised if Cosmic Ghost Rider shows up sometime in this run. I just don't know within the continuity of this run if Punisher is Punisher or if he's Cosmic Ghost Rider. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know if he's on that trail
It
or if
wouldn't.
he's already
It
been done.
probably wouldn't make a whole lot of sense unless they do something with like I don't know if they somehow do like timeline hopping or some weird shit like that.
Some shit like that, yeah. But Cosmic Ghost Rider, man, is probably my favorite. Like, besides Robbie Reyes, obviously, like, he's fucking, like, my modern day Ghost Rider and shit. But Cosmic Ghost Rider is just that whole concept alone. Um, I fucking really want to collect the rest of that mini series that you sent me because I
Yeah,
know you sent me the first issue, but it's only 5 issues long. And
five or six, I think. But yeah, something like that.
yeah, so I was like, either I now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sure there's a trade for it out there somewhere. Um, dude, yes, bro, that series is dope.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so that's all of it right there then.
So
Yeah,
there's
with the little Thanos baby.
this
Yeah.
is the original first run, and then they have a couple other Cosmic Ghost Rider series that aren't as good that I don't have. Um, I mean, I have one of them. It was okay, the one that came out after, but that first run is created by Donny Cates. Like Cosmic Ghost Rider is a Donny Cates original character, so at this point, I'm like, if Donny Cates isn't the one writing him, I'm probably not gonna read it because they're just gonna butcher it. And it's like there is like a level of humor to Cosmic Ghost Rider's character, which is kind of interesting given that it's Punisher. But like, it's kind of a funny book. And I just like the way that Donny Cates writes him as opposed to other people. But definitely give that first original run a try.
Oh
And
yeah,
get
it's
that trade. It's
first issue.
awesome.
Dope. Yeah, sounds awesome. Just like Donny Cates, man. Like Donny Cates seems like he would hit a fucking home run out of the park with a character like Venom. So I'm very very happy that I have that whole run, his whole Venom run, because it just seems like Venom is such a perfect character for that type of storytelling. That whole like kind of outer space, cosmic, fucking like type vibe, man. I feel like it's Venom is such a perfect character for him to kind of take over.
Oh, for sure. Um, so are you? So I didn't learn this until not too long ago. But did you know about what happened to Donny Cates?
No, I don't know. I have no idea.
So Donny Cates. Let me rewind a little bit. I don't know exactly when this happened. But he was like one of the biggest writers at Marvel, right? And he had
Mhm.
all of these ideas, and he was the one who pitched to Marvel to restart the Ultimate Universe, and he was the one who was supposed to write Ultimate Spider-Man that Jonathan Hickman is writing right now. But a few years ago, Donny Cates got in a car accident, a real bad car accident, and he had amnesia, and so he lost his memories and couldn't remember anything that he had written, really. And so
No way.
that's why they put Jonathan Hickman on Ultimate Spider-Man, and Hickman took over the Ultimate Universe. And so Donny Cates has been on hiatus for a while now, and it's cool because he's not writing anything, but he's talked about how he's going back and rereading the stuff that he wrote, almost like it's the first time he's reading it. So he's like almost like the audience, he's re-experiencing the shit that he wrote for the first time. And a lot of Donny Cates fans are just waiting for him to get better and get back into the game, and hopefully he can, learn like almost how to write again and like know what he's doing, because that's something that's hard to come back from. As far as I'm aware, he's not super active on social media. I could be absolutely wrong, but yeah, I hope he comes back sometime and is getting better. But yeah, it's just some crazy shit. So a lot of I mean, I guess all of the Donny Cates stuff that's out there is from prior to him getting into that accident. Um,
Bro, that is so fucking heartbreaking.
yeah,
That's awful.
yeah, man. Uh,
That sucks.
yeah, dude. And Donny Cates, from everything that I've read from him, has just been absolutely fantastic. I love his ideas. He's honestly one of the most creative uh, comic writers I have ever read in my life. I just love the cosmic shit that he does, and just a weird spin on like everything. Whether that's Venom, whether that's Thor, Hulk, it doesn't matter. Even his indie stuff. Like I read God Country. It's a short run. That was fucking awesome. And a book he did with Daniel Warren Johnson called The Ghost Fleet, and that one is also really fucking cool. Um,
That seems like a fucking team up of a lifetime,
Let
dude.
me show
Adam
you.
Warren Johnson and Donny Cates sounds fucking
Hold
crazy.
on. Let me reach over here and shit. Let me put my headset back on. So this is God Country right here.
Is that guts or what? I'm
No,
just kidding.
but it's like this talking sword. Like it's like the god of
That's a cool
swords.
concept. Yeah,
Dude.
dude. I'm a sucker for fucking cool swords. I'm a sucker for cool swords because of like Zelda, like the
Oh
Master
yeah.
Sword. Clash of the Titans. I don't know if you ever seen that classic movie, but
Yeah,
like
bro.
that beautiful fucking sword he gets. Bro,
That's very
that
much
looks
almost like
fucking
Xenoblade
sick.
Chronicles or some shit.
Yeah, that looks like Excalibur or some
Well,
shit.
see, that's the thing. What's really cool about the sword, not to give away too much about this run, but this sword is again, this is where Donny Cates gets out there and all cosmic and shit. But this sword is every sword that ever existed. So it talks about in this run, he is Excalibur. Like, he is
Mm.
every sword ever throughout the entire universe at all points in history. It's the sword, and it's the god of swords. Like, the sword itself is the god of swords.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. That seems that fucking run seems kind of cool, man. God Country. I'm about to
Yeah,
check that out. I'm gonna throw that on the Amazon list.
check that one out. And then this one, Ghost Fleet. Uh, this is the Donny Cates and Daniel Warren Johnson. Daniel Warren Johnson probably had a lot of input in the story and the writing because it feels very DWJ. But he definitely did the art. And if you love Daniel Warren Johnson art, like, check this shit out, dude.
Oh my god, yeah, that is fucking sick, man. I love Danny Warren Johnson, man. He's fucking fire.
I
So good.
There's some panels I can show you from the end of this run, but I don't want to because it's huge spoilers. But
Hmm.
there's a big twist that I didn't see coming, and in how they, I don't know, when it's revealed what this story is actually about. You know what I mean? You should give this one a read as well.
Yeah, that
But
seems cool.
my point in all this is just Donny Cates is the fucking man, and yeah, I need to read his Thor run. I have the omnibus for that, but I've heard that's fantastic. Um,
I wanted to get into a Thor uh run, and knowing that Donny Cates has a run, is it a good jumping on point?
yeah,
Yeah.
that ties into his run with Hulk as well. The like his run with Ryan Otley on Hulk, you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it ties into how do I explain this? That era. So it's Donny Cates' run on Thor ties into his run on Hulk as well as Daniel Warren Johnson's Beta Ray Bill run.
Danny Warren Johnson has a Beta Ray Bill run?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like a 6 issue miniseries and it's fucking
oh,
awesome.
bro, this fucking Omni is literally 55% off. It's only fucking $55 right now. It's this one, right?
Yeah, sir.
Putting that in the cart.
Hell yeah, bro. No, yeah,
Because I'm
I
really
got
getting
that
the
on
Thor
sale
bad.
too. That one's a good one, as well as Jason Aaron's Thor run.
Cool, man. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Donny Cates, I literally even bought his whole King in Black box for my fucking single issues because, I was like, yo, I have the omnibus, I have the Ven omnibus, and I was like, I'll get that box to fucking match as well.
For
But
sure.
I don't even know who does the interiors on that Venom omnibus, but fuck,
It's
it's
Ryan
beautiful.
Stegman, who is another one of my favorite artists.
He sounds very. What else does he do?
He did the recent X-Men run. I know that. Uh with Jed McKay. I forget what else he's on mainly or what he's mainly known for, but he's on a lot of shit. And he does some awesome variant covers too.
Mm,
I would have to look at Comic Geeks. I'm not gonna do all that right now, but uh,
yeah, no, I hear you.
he's awesome.
So I kind of a segue into like the part that I wanted to talk about because me and you haven't talked about
Oh
the fucking Chainsaw Man movie yet.
yeah, bro.
But before we do, because I know me and you will fucking chop it up a good bit about that movie. Are you a big Predator guy,
Uh,
bro? Are you
I,
gonna go see Badlands?
so I'm not a big Predator guy. However, in preparation for Badlands, I started watching the originals. I watched the first one the other night, the Schwarzenegger one,
Yeah,
and I have yet to watch the other ones. But the other night, I did go see Badlands with my dad and Kayla.
dude. Okay, all right. Don't fucking spoil because I
I
want to
wanted to
go.
talk about it this episode, but it's if you plan on seeing it, I'm not going to talk a whole lot. But
Okay, well,
I at least want to
maybe
bring it
save
up.
it for next. Yeah, no, I mean you could obviously talk about it. I'm like, but just obviously try to stay away from fucking spoilers for sure. But I that movie, you haven't seen it, and there's a prequel comic coming out
Yeah, I heard about that.
for that movie, and I'm picking up the first issue. I don't know if it's a one shot or if it's like gonna be like maybe like a mini series like within a maybe 4, 5, 6 issue run. But I'm 100% picking up that issue um on Wednesday for New Comic Book Day, and
Hell
I'm
yeah.
planning picking it up, reading it, and then going and seeing it this coming weekend.
Let me see who
Um,
does the art on that, because I thought it was somebody familiar, but I could be wrong. I just want to check real quick. Predator Badlands. Okay, never mind. I've never heard of this guy.
but
Okay.
I hope it's good, man. I hope it doesn't kind of like soil the goodness that I've heard. I've heard that this movie is the best Predator movie that they've ever came out with, and
It's really fucking cool, dude. And what's cool about it is it's impressive because it's not rated R like all of the other ones. It's PG-13 because
Mhm.
a lot of the kills, I guess what I've heard is the kills, it would be a rated R movie if the kills were like kills on humans, but a lot of the kills are like other aliens and like robots and stuff. So it's gory but not like human gore, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um but it's shot really well. The story is awesome. Um it's like there's some brutal kills, dude. And if you like some John Wick like fight scene type shit, dude, it's awesome. There's only one nitpick that I have with the movie, and that was there's a certain character um who's kind of fucking annoying. Like it's like this chick that travels around with Predator in this movie. Like she
it's that Wayland Yutani android, right?
Yeah, she at least in the very beginning of the movie is really annoying. Like because starting out with the movie, I thought it was just gonna be this lone predator just messing people up, like almost like John Wick, just like you know what I'm saying. But then he
Yeah,
has like this companion, and she just like won't shut up, dude. And it's kind of annoying, but I think that's kind of the point. Because the point is that he's getting annoyed as well. But
oh,
I, I,
okay.
I
That's
just
what.
I wish that's my only nitpick with the movie really is that she's kind of I, I wish she wasn't there, but other than that, man, it's amazing. Like I'm not gonna get into it too much, but you know how much I like kind of themes of duality in my stories. We talked about that with Berserk a lot yesterday when we were filming.
Yeah,
There's a there's a specific scene, I won't go into details, but if you've watched the first Predator movie, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you watch like the second half of that movie where Schwarzenegger's like putting the mud all over him and he's like gearing up and setting all these traps and stuff. It's
uh
really
huh.
cool because the Predator that you follow, his name's Deck, he does the same shit. So it's almost like Deck is the
Human.
yeah, it's like Deck is Schwarzenegger kinda from the first movie, but
Mm.
rather than a human being hunted by uh, the predator. It's the predator being hunted, and he's having to fight back and do the same shit that Arnold did in the first movie, and it's really fucking cool, dude.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
I
It looks fucking awesome. Like
I
I really want to watch it.
I can't wait for it to come out on Blu-ray because I don't know if I how much I've talked about this with you, but I've recently got into collecting movies and Blu-rays. Like you can see some of my movies in the background here, like down there and down there. I've
Yeah,
been big into collecting movies recently, and I can't wait for that to come out on Blu-ray, man.
yeah,
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. It was so good. I gave it like I don't know what because I don't know if you have IMDb or like Letterboxd or something, but whenever I watch a movie, I always like, give it like a star rating, and I have like a watch list of movies and stuff. I think I gave it like an 8 out of 10.
oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It was quite fantastic. I liked it a lot.
Dude, it looked so good. Like just hearing your praise about it, and this like fighting game YouTuber that I watch, his name's Maximilian dude.
I've heard of
He
him.
Yeah, he said it was fucking. He said he doesn't know how he can make it any better. That's how good. That's how much he liked it. And just hearing that, I'm like, well, what he said was that it was like a Dark Horse comic come to life in like a movie form. And
I guess I could see that.
it really makes me want to go and look at what kind of Predator comics I can get into. You know what I mean? Because I
Mm.
I heard that there's some really good Predator runs, and one of the best I hear is Predator versus Batman, which I hear is a really good fucking, if not the best Predator comic ever.
Mm.
And yeah, I mean, there's not really much other input I could put on it.
I know you
But
were
yeah,
telling me about that Wolverine versus Predator comic.
oh man, awesome. Really fucking enjoyed
I
that
still need
because
to check that out.
yeah, for dude, you would really fucking enjoy it coming off the high of enjoying Predator Badlands. It's fucking awesome because like they're I've said it before, but I'll say it again. It's like they're Wolverine. We all know Wolverine is almost like immortal. You know what I mean? He's an ancient fucking being that can't fucking die, and he's been through all these different eras. Well, there's a specific predator that's been hunting him for as long as he's been around. So they kind of have this eternal battle that has never been resolved until the ending of that trade. And you know, it kind of goes through all of the history of like Wolverine whenever he battles him during his Weapon X era. He battles him during his X-Men era, and then finally the book ends with the yellow and blue suit Wolverine versus the fucking Predator, and that's kind of the whole how it wraps up, which it's fucking awesome, dude. You really need to check it out. But
Yeah, you've
I don't
basically
know.
sold me on it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but I
Yeah,
promise you I will. It sounds
yeah, for sure.
awesome.
Oh, it's fantastic, dude. It's really good. I'm just wondering if there's like a collected edition of like maybe like an omnibus or like a Dark Horse collected edition that I could get of a Predator, run. Because man, some of the panels that I've looked up of a Predator comic, like there's one that he's standing above like New York City on his ship and he's holding like a human skull, and just the art looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it a bunch myself because I really haven't been interested in Predator much at all until this movie came out and like watching the Predator movies in preparation for it. I'd have to take a look, but I know they're doing, or at least the other week I saw this issue that's like a Predator versus the Marvel Universe that they're doing right now, and
Oh, yeah,
the
they had like an
cover
homage cover. Yeah.
where it was like the Predator with the Weapon X helmet and he was doing the Wolverine pose. I almost picked it up just for the cover itself.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
kind of wish I did now that I went and saw Predator and I'm on the Predator train now. But like,
Yeah.
dude, oh, it's so cool. And it not really Predator, but I've heard good things about the Alien versus Avengers comic. It's that they did late last year. It's a mini series, but it's done by Jonathan Hickman. Uh,
Oh, really?
yeah, I've heard good things about that.
There's another like in that whole sphere of like Predator and Alien and shit. There's a new miniseries run. It's Alien versus Captain America,
I
and
heard about that.
I guess I missed it last week. I don't remember. I had it on my wish list, but I don't know if they didn't get the order in or something like that. Cause I know my LCS got a shortage of their orders because I
Mm.
went to Batman issue 3, and all they had was a holographic cover, and it was the only issue 3 that they had. And I was like, well, fuck it. I mean, if that's the only way I'm gonna be able to read it, I might as well just get it.
I
And I
do
was the
want to
only
talk
guy.
about that too. I haven't read the new Batman issue, but if we could touch on that this episode
Oh
too,
yeah,
that would be awesome.
said we can. But yeah, moving. I guess we can move on from the whole Predator stuff
Oh,
because
I didn't mean to do that, but
no, nah, bro, it's all good. It's all good. But no, that I do want to go hopefully because I don't think Captain America versus Alien is gonna be a fucking hot book that's getting ripped off of shelves. I'm pretty sure that I could get going there and fucking find it being in the back issues.
well, if it's like I wonder if it's gonna be like an anthology where they do like Predator versus Captain America, Predator versus Spider Man. Like if they do like one shots and then collect them in like a small trade where it's like the
Oh, I see.
you know what I'm saying, like a Predator versus
Yeah,
trades where they have like all five different one shots in.
yeah,
I
they
don't
could
know.
definitely do that. Because like the Yautja, there's not just one fucking predator. There's a whole planet of those guys. So it's like you can definitely tell stories like that.
Yeah,
But
that'd be
because I
sick.
already know they have the Wolverine versus Predator, they have the Spider-Man versus Predator, and then now I seen Alien versus Captain America, and I don't know, maybe they might do like an anthology. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I would, yeah, if they like. I don't know that I would go and collect them individually, but if they had a big collected edition with everything in it, like why not? I would absolutely buy that.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's like Alien versus Predator is fucking sick, man. Like I love that whole premise of like these primal beings that kind of thrive off of, you know, they have their own way of doing things, like the Yautja do, you know, and then these cosmic fucking creepy ass aliens, all these different xenomorphs, which there isn't just one xenomorph. There's like fucking 10 different types of these xenomorphs, you know, and it's just them, a primal fucking race meeting a cosmic fucking entity. Just such a fucking awesome premise. I think that's so dope.
Oh
So yeah,
yeah,
those like those one shots, those like off issues of Alien versus Cap, Predator versus Wolverine, those are, you know, I'm a sucker for that shit. I think that shit's awesome.
for sure, man. Yeah, like I said, I would. I'd love to check it out, especially the Wolverine Predator one. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
But while we're talking about new comics, I know you said on Wednesday you read the new Batman issue and you weren't super hot on it.
Yeah, it wasn't like bad, but it was just all right, man. I wasn't really like, and the thing, how I try to look at um like single issue comic collecting is, you know, just because a single issue isn't hitting as hard as the last issue or even, you know, the the opening issue, the first issue, doesn't necessarily mean that it's a fucking bad series. Like, you know, because there's been issues of, you know, The Walking Dead or Invincible or even Preacher that have been really bad, and but they're have some really high fucking highs. And just because one little chapter in the overall story of you know, Batman, the Michael the Fraction, the Matt Fraction run, um I just realized that I'm not a big Riddler guy. I do not.
Hmm.
And it's funny that I say that because there was a in the Immortal Batman, the Elseworld story run that they're doing right now, there was a Riddler. Like it's funny because I literally, the week before I got this third issue of Batman, the Fraction run, the Immortal Batman got done with the whole Riddler arc in it. And I thought it was like kind of cool, but I felt like the Fraction one was definitely less cool than the Immortal Batman run of it, because the Immortal Batman run of you know, that whole Riddler arc kind of, the I mean, the entirety of the Immortal Batman is kind of flipped. The whole premise of Batman itself is flipped on its head in Immortal Batman, and you
Hmm.
kind of, it's kind of like Absolute Batman in a way where there's kind of just a bunch of it's the same, but they're very different.
Right.
Um, and I wouldn't say I really enjoyed the Immortal Batman arc with the Riddler, but it wasn't bad. And I'm not saying that the Fraction run on the Riddler arc was bad as well, but I just feel like, yeah, like I said, I realized that I'm not a big Riddler guy. I just don't like that villain at all. I never have. You know, I like the Jim Carrey, you know, version of the Riddler and shit, but that's because it's Jim Carrey. You know what I mean? He makes it funny, and he's just like a perfect, you know, actor to play the Riddler. But I don't know. I just like, I just don't enjoy that villain for Batman. Like, I would way rather see Killer Croc, Bane, Joker. And I know those are like, you know, Killer Croc isn't as hardcore as like Joker or Bane and shit like that, but and I know Riddler isn't that hardcore as well. But I don't know. You would just think that with a new, you know, Fraction or a new Batman run, they would kind of take a spin on the whole Riddler like type shit. But this one very much, like issue 3 was very much just like like Batman just beating the shit out of Riddler, and he fucking Riddler's just kind of telling him these stupid fucking riddles like while he's getting his ass whooped. And I just kind of was like, uh the best part about it was the art, man. I am loving that fucking
Oh,
art.
Jorge
And there's,
Jimenez. The
yes,
dude
it's really
slaps.
fucking good. Really, really good. And I would say I I actually enjoyed the first half of it before they got into the whole Riddler part,
Were
because
they
there's
resolving the what happened at the end of issue 2, like with
yeah,
Tim Drake and all that?
yeah, with like Robin and shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Is that
yeah,
what you mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because in this one, at the beginning of issue 3, um, it's kind of revealed that Batman and Robin are being framed for policeman deaths. And there's kind of like a whole back and forth between like if Batman's a fucking good guy, is he working with, you know, the police, is he not? And I think I enjoyed that a lot more than Batman just kind of going in there, you know, roughing up the Riddler, and the Riddler's just kind of like hysterically fucking just like kind of like laughing, throwing his riddles around and shit. Like I don't know. I just thought the first half of it was definitely a lot better than the whole Riddler part.
Well, I might have some insight for you. Again, I haven't read the new issue, but I think I kind of have an idea of where you're coming from, and I might be able to provide a little bit of insight. So, what I understand about this new Matt Fraction run is he's kind of doing a return to form with Batman, going on a more like tough, tackling darker issues, because it is Batman and it is like the DC, it's Gotham, it's inherently kind of dark, but it's definitely more of a lighthearted spin on it, like that harkens back to like the golden age of Batman, where he's back in that gray and blue suit. It's a little bit more goofy and kind of like a little bit more of a lighthearted tone, and you can see that in that first issue with Killer Croc.
And I loved that fucking first issue,
Oh,
man. With
that first issue was beautiful, man. I
yeah,
loved it. Um,
because you would think like me, I love, you know, fucking action and shit like that, but I really liked the way Batman handled Killer Croc in that whole like inside that like terrarium type with the blue butterflies and shit. Like it was fucking beautiful, awesome first issue.
uh, yeah, no, I absolutely agree. It is fantastic. Like I think what Fraction is trying to do, and I could be wrong, but I think his what he's trying to do, at least with Riddler in the third issue. Again, I haven't read it, but it's supposed to be more like a goofy, kind of going back to the golden age kind of take on
Mm.
Riddler, where it's not as dark, and that's very much what Jim Carrey's Riddler was. Is sadistic, but like in a weird, zany, kind of goofy way that a lot of people see the Riddler as. Like especially if you played the Arkham games and you're going around finding like the Riddler trophies and you hear him just like talking all weird
Yeah,
and shit. But
yeah,
what I'm getting at is there are some really good interpretations of the Riddler that are fucking scary. Like the Riddler is personally one of my favorite Batman villains, because he's so smart and his intellect. What's cool about him and Riddler is Batman and Riddler. I mean, is it's a battle of intellect where Batman's IQ is super high, and like you get his IQ at some point in the comics, and it's like he's smarter than Einstein was in real life. Like Batman's just that guy. You know what I mean? And
yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah.
it's just like it's almost like L and fucking
Light Kami.
Light in Death Note, right? Where it's just like they're playing 4D chess. Like we're playing checkers, they're playing chess. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
this
yeah.
battle of intellect between the two. But all the while, Riddler can be very sadistic, man. Have you seen the new Batman movie, like the Pattinson one?
The yes, Robert Pattinson. Yeah, dude, I thought the Riddler was fucking awesome in that
And
movie.
that is exactly who I think the Riddler should be. And if you like that version of Riddler, again, I know you're not a fan of Telltale games, but the Telltale Batman series, that's what really introduced me to Riddler as a character. And there's a whole arc in the Telltale Batman game that deals with Riddler, and it's terrifying, dude. It's one of my favorite Riddlers in that. And then they have a comic series of Batman called One Bad Day, where it's basically explores what would happen if Batman's villains just kind of stopped fucking around and actually caused some real damage, and like you know what I mean, like just
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
no, I hear you.
went even more off the rails, and we're like, you know what, I'm just gonna start murking people. Like There's
Yeah.
there's a whole series. There's a box set for it where it's like Bane or I don't know, Penguin One Bad Day, Joker One Bad Day. But the Riddler One Bad Day is again terrifying, dude. Like there's this part. I'll send you a video of it later. There's a YouTuber called MLGman. He reviews comics and then does kind of like a really cool voiceover of like him reading the comics. It's really cool. I love his work, but he did one, and I'll send it to you later. Um, but there's this scene where the Riddler is in Arkham. He's in prison, right? And so there's all these guards around him, and Riddler, they're basically like transporting him, and Riddler's trying to break out. And he turns to the guard and he says this woman's name, and the guard looks at him like, how do you know that name? And then he starts talking to every guard, saying this name. It's like their wife, their kids. He knows their names. And
Oh shit.
basically, he convinces the guards. He's like, if you ever want to see your wife and kids again, kill each other and yourselves. And he gets all of the guards to start shooting each other, and then there's one guard that just like blows his fucking brains out. And he gets
Really?
and there's like you just see the Riddler standing there in a room alone with Jim Gordon with just like dead guards, like SWAT team kind of dudes just laying on the ground dead around him. Like he's so smart. He knows all of these people and their families and where they live, you know? He just convinced an
Yeah.
entire room of shit, just knocked over my mic. Just convinced an entire room of dudes to kill each other and themselves. Like,
Yeah. See,
and he,
that is fucking cool, man. That seems like like, how the patents in Batman
yeah, dude.
type of shit would be.
I
It's
like. Don't get me
sounds
wrong.
cool.
I kind of like the more goofy, lighthearted Batman stuff, but I love a good, sadistic, dark Batman villain story. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm really excited to read Scott Snyder's Batman like New 52 run with like the Court of Owls and all that shit and
Oh,
like
the Court of Owls
Professor
is one of
Pig
the
or
most.
whatever.
Yeah, the Court of Owls is one of the most famous, if not probably the most famous Batman run of all time, from what I've gathered.
Well, and it's interesting too because I feel like non-comic readers don't know the Court of Owls. Like it's highly praised amongst people who are into comics. So in
Mm,
that way, it's a little bit underrated too because outside of the comic space, not a lot of people know what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, I kind of went on a whole tangent. I love the Riddler, dude, when he's done right. And there's a certain because I'm with you. I don't really like that zany Riddler. It's more annoying than anything, where he's just like talking in riddles and being all stupid. But when like he can be the Riddler and have these riddles, but in a more dark and like intellectual, like less of a sphinx and more of just like a cunning serial killer. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
almost
because well,
almost like
that's the
the
vibe.
because like his character in the Batman, like the Pattinson one, is almost like the Zodiac killer. You know what I mean? Like
Yes, yes, like a serial killer, like a weird, fucking sadistic, almost out of his own mind, but extremely fucking meticulous and smart type of
that's the
villain in that
Riddler that
movie.
I like, man. And there's some
Yeah, me
good
too.
shit. There's some good shit with Riddler like that. Definitely check out. I'll send you a video later. You should watch that. And if you ever play that Telltale game, man, I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite Batman stories.
I should low key see on Steam. I bet you anything there's gonna be a sale on it eventually. But yeah, man, I feel like the the Riddler that's in this Fraction run is definitely the whole zany, um, just kind of like just not as serious as I kind of wished. Because obviously, like I told you that not really my favorite, if at all, type of villain for Batman. I'd rather see him go against the Joker or some shit like that. But I really did enjoy um in the Batman, Pattinson's Batman. I really really liked him as as that villain. But in this one, like I said, in the third issue of the Fraction run, he is definitely that goofy you know type of villain. And it's not like it was bad by any means. I mean, the the art is fantastic, still the storytelling um even Batman takes on a new suit
Yeah.
in the third issue.
Oh wait, in
Uh,
the third issue, he gets a new suit.
yeah, he gets a entirely different suit
I did not
that
know
looks
that.
fucking awesome.
Is it still the
And
blue and gray, or is it different?
no, it's. You want me to tell you what the color scheme is?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's black and red.
Okay, bro. Almost does it
It's
almost look
sick.
like the Hellbat, kind of like?
I don't I don't even know. I'm not too sure what the hell bat is.
Okay,
But yeah, his bat logo is fucking like, is it red or orange? I think it's red or orangey red type shit.
let me actually.
But
I'm gonna
it's
look it up real quick.
blacked out, fucking sick, dude. Sick. Hey, could you tell me what the Telltale game is called for Batman?
Um, I thought it was just called Batman, but let me make sure. Telltale Batman.
Oh, The Enemy Within. Oh no, that's a Joker version of it.
If you look up Telltale Batman, it's just called Batman: The Telltale Series. Uh, but I looked it up, and there's a link to Steam on there.
Oh, I see it. I got it. Let me
Okay,
wish
cool.
list this.
Yeah, dude, it's that game is intense, bro. The
Yeah,
story
I wish
is.
that I'm excited.
If you like, so I know you've expressed your distaste for like Telltale kind of games, but if you play that game and don't expect crazy gameplay, but go into it for the story, almost like you're playing a cartoon or something, it's a very gritty, mature Batman story that's like it's violent, it's scary, and you get a lot of that. What I really like about Batman is that detective work, and which
Mm.
works really well, I think, with that point and click kind of style that the Telltale games have, where you're kind of walking slowly around the room, like keying in on like fingerprints and like doing puzzles and shit. It's really cool and very well done. And it's really good all the way through as well. I highly
Yeah,
recommend it.
for sure. Yeah, because I obviously don't like. Well, I mean, bro, I don't know if I've ever even played a Telltale game, but to me, I just don't think I would enjoy it. But I didn't think I would enjoy Baldur's Gate 3. After 170 hours later in my fucking save, I ended up falling in love with that gameplay style, the story. And I think you hit it right on the bullseye. It's much less of a game, more of a story, like a pick your own adventure type of story.
And that's what I love about it, man.
And I think I mentioned this on the last episode.
This shit,
Um,
it's kind of hard to see. Damn it,
I think so. Is he standing above? Yeah, that's it.
dude.
Fucking sick. That was the best part about the issue, in my opinion.
Oh shit.
But
Is
anyway, so I
he's like?
I
I'm
ended up
sorry to interrupt, but he's like half invisible or something.
yeah, it's called his stealth suit.
Oh, dude, that's fucking tight. Okay, I'll
I
let you
think you'll enjoy
continue,
it, bro.
but
I genuinely think you'll enjoy issue 3 more than I did, because since you're a Riddler fan and you know what to expect, because he's already that, charismatic, fucking very kind of out there type of Riddler. I think you'll enjoy it a lot more than I did. And it's by any means I did not dislike it. Like everyone knows that I disliked fucking Preacher. I did not dislike that issue. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like you know incredible like I really thought the issue 1 and 2 was. And it's kind of obviously it's you're not gonna hit a home run every fucking time you're up on the bat. You know what I mean? So
for sure.
issues 1 and 2 were fucking incredible, and I thought issue 3 kind of took a little dip, but still great, still great. But back to what I was saying, I thought I picked up the Walking Dead Telltale. I think I told this on the last episode, but the Walking Dead, whenever I do get around to playing it, like you said, I said you hit the bullseye on that on your point that it's much less a video game, much more of a story, pick your own adventure type of game. And don't go into it thinking you're gonna be fucking playing fucking Arkham Asylum or Arkham City or Arkham Knight, fucking
Yeah,
action packed and shit like that. You're kind of going into it as a you know a book, a movie, an interactive story, which is, I mean, in theory, sounds like I would fucking love it, but I need to kind of change my perspective just a little bit on it,
Yeah,
and
it
I already
fully
have.
depends on how you approach it, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And I know we've already touched on this, but I loved the fucking Walking Dead, and just to see like kind of like a extremely highly regarded game like the Walking Dead Telltale series, uh, I think I might fucking fall in love, man.
I've heard
Really.
it's beautiful, man. A lot of
And I got
people
all
like it's.
four.
I'm sorry.
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say it's unrelated to the comics and it's got some like original characters and stuff, but people love those characters, man. Like
That's what I've heard. Clement.
Clementine. Yeah,
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I got all four seasons, the Michonne DLC and the extra DLC. I'm not too sure what it's. I think it's like the 400 days
yeah,
DLC
something
or some
like
shit
that.
like that. And I got all five of them, or no, all six of each episode or each season, whatever you want to call it, for just $5, man. So I'm like fucking. I couldn't pass up a deal like that for uh, kind of expand, not even kind of, like really expanding the universe that I really fucking love. Um, just kind of like Battle Beast with Invincible. You know what I mean? Really expanding that whole mythos of their respective stories.
I don't know if it is connected to the comics or if it's like almost like an Elseworlds kind of deal. I'm not exactly sure if it's canani- canonical, canonical. Like you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
canon to the comics or not. Like if it's just like with Michonne being in it and all that. I don't know if it's supposed to be like, oh, Michonne was doing this shit in the game like when she wasn't in the comics, or if it's just like something completely different. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. No, because whenever I play it, I don't expect it to have any connection. Because I mean, in The Walking Dead, proper, like you're uh Ryan, not Ryan Otley, Robert Kirkman. Robert Kirkman said that he just wanted to follow Rick Grimes for every single issue of the entire run of the series until his, you know, whatever. But I feel like this fucking, like the Telltale series is, I mean, there's not just one group of people in this Walking Dead world. It's there's going to be, the entire world is going through this virus at the same time. So yeah, I don't expect it to connect. I don't expect them to name drop Rick Grimes or some crazy shit like that. I just kind of, the way I'm thinking about it is it's just a story that takes place in the same world as, Rick Grimes and Carl Grimes and Michonne and shit like that. And
Right.
I now that you mention it, the Michonne DLC, I from the picture that I seen of the cover of that DLC, she has those two chain zombies to her, and that is literally the first time you see her in the comic, and right away within the first appearance of her, she kills those zombies off, and you
So
never
I
see those
wonder
two.
if it's like a prequel almost.
It has to be. It has to be. And I
That's
kind
fucking
of,
cool too.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Because I remember even sending you that picture of that person cosplaying Michonne with like that zombie Leia.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
so cool, man. I love the way Kirkman does that shit. Like I don't know if you knew, but there's a part in The Walking Dead where Carl's reading a comic book and
Invincible.
it's Invincible. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
I've seen that because it's in the show. The issue that he's on is like during the conquest stuff too, and
cool. That's fucking sick.
yeah,
That's cool.
like but the
That's
thing is
awesome.
from because it's like the zombie apocalypse. Obviously, you know, there's no new issues coming out, so a lot of people joke that oh shit. You know, Kirkman in universe is dead, so Carl never got to see the end of the conquest arc. So like,
Cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, yeah. Because I think even Carl has little action figures like very very early on in the comic run of The Walking Dead, where he has like space dog action figures
or
in his backpack.
Science Dog.
Science dog.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
yeah, Science dog from everyone fucking Invincible. That's you know Mark Grayson's favorite fucking comic run in in Invincible.
You know the movie Shaun of the Dead
I've heard of it. I've never seen it though.
with Simon Pegg? Well, I didn't know this when I watched it the first time, but like I've seen clips like going back, but one of the characters is wearing an Invincible T-shirt in Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen clips of it. It's kind of cool, like a cool nod. Because
Yeah.
when that movie came out, it was probably early 2000s or something like that. Obviously, Invincible wasn't as nearly as big as it is today. Like, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
super underground. So, like going back and watching that movie and seeing like somebody wearing an Invincible T-shirt, like that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Kirkman is like fucking is still my favorite comic writer like ever. And I know I've only been in the game for like 5 months, but there's like literal scenes in or a scene in Invincible where I think Mark and I want to say uh T-Rex or Rex whatever the dinosaur, the red dinosaur that he fights.
Dinosaurus.
Yeah, Dinosaurus. Yeah, Dinosaurus. Whenever Dinosaurus and Mark are fighting, Dinosaurus throws Mark into like this fucking barn house, and then the camera kind of pans out, and it's Rick and fucking Shane, and they're like, "What the hell was that?"
Oh yeah,
like, out
yeah.
there.
I do
And
remember that.
yeah, dude, I was like, "My God, I love this shit," because such a massive fucking Walking Dead fan that I was like, "Oh my God, that has to be fucking Rick Grimes."
Yeah,
Like it
man.
was cool, man, so cool.
And I love that shit that Kirkman does too. Like in the comic, whenever Mark goes to Comic Con and like he like meets Ryan Otley or whatever, like or at least what is supposed to be Ryan Otley, like the writer or the artist for Science Dog is supposed to be Ryan Otley,
Is
and
that is that what is that what it's alluding to? Is that guy supposed to be Ryan Otley?
yeah,
No shit. Oh my God. Okay. Now that I could definitely see because I remember the comic creator being like, yeah, these comic creators aren't as consistent as I am or some
yeah,
shit
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. That's so
I
cool, man.
love
I
that
love it.
like kind of meta shit that they do. It and like
Oh
there's
yeah.
cool shit in Invincible. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, for sure. And like being my top two favorite comics so far. Um just seeing them both riff off of each other is fucking so cool. And there's not much of like Invincible like lap over in The Walking Dead other than like seeing Science Dog and a couple of issues of Invincible. But I thought it's so fucking cool, man. So cool. And it's crazy because my LCS Astro Zombies in Albuquerque, New Mexico, they got a like their own cover for issue 1 of Walking Dead. Yeah, that has like the Astro Zombies logo on the top right of it and shit like that, and it's kind of like a specific cover for my LCS, which is wild. Uh, I should pick it up, but it just sits at
Is
the
it
front.
expensive?
No, I don't. I want to say it's just normal market price. It's got to be like $5-6 a piece because they have a whole stack.
Oh wow.
Um,
Okay.
just sitting at the front of the LCS because they usually have like pick of the month, pick of the week.
You should,
Um,
dude. Honestly, I'll send you money if you want to pick one up for me. I would, dude. That'd be fucking cool. Or on
dude,
it, you
yeah,
know
I
what,
mean,
dude? You know what I should do? I should fly out there and come see you, bro, and we can hang out and go to
yeah,
the
that'd be
LCS.
fucking dope.
Ah, I'll get one.
Yeah,
I'll
that'd be
get one in
sick.
person or nah. We
Yeah,
gotta
dude, that'd
figure
be
that
dope.
out, bro. Someday,
Oh,
someday.
for sure. We gotta do an IRL fucking
Episode.
podcast. Yep.
Yes, sir.
IRL. Be
One of
sick.
these days,
Nah, but
bro.
bro, let me know if you want me to on Wednesday. I could roll and I could pick because if you pick one up, I'll fucking have to pick one up too.
That'd be
But
fucking
I don't
dope.
know who does the cover art for it. I don't know if it's anyone like famous or anything like that, but yeah, it's weird because I didn't even know that LCS is like had, you know, like exclusive fucking covers for their
There's
different LCSs and shit.
there's some. I don't know if my shop has one, but one of the big LCSs, like one of the big shops in the country is Third Eye Comics, and then obviously Midtown Comics up in New York. They always have a bunch of cool like exclusive variants. I used to be around Third Eye because they're out of Maryland, and I used to live in Virginia. So the like Third Eye is almost like a chain. Like they have the main one in Maryland, but they also had one in Richmond, in Virginia, which I've been to. That's like a smaller shop, but they get in some like shop exclusive variants and stuff. I know down in Florida there's Coliseum Comics, which when I first
Hmm.
started getting into comics, was my LCS when I lived down there in Jacksonville. I think they're out of Orlando, but they also tend to have some like shop exclusive. Like there's a handful of like larger comic shops throughout the country that do get like exclusive stuff.
Yeah, and my LCS has been nominated for the past 5 straight years, or not nominated, has won comic shop of the state, like
Okay,
best comic shop in the state for the past like 5 years.
that's cool.
Because it's not just the comic shop; they have like fucking vintage action figures. They have vinyls. They have like fucking probably like 25 long boxes of just back issues, modern, golden, silver, fucking um they have manga. They have a they have like an entire wall of just collected editions. Like there's, Invincible compendiums, Walking Dead compendiums. They have like the oversized hardcovers of fucking The Walking Dead. They have like Alien Marvel omnibuses. There's fucking they're stacked, bro. Like for real. Like it's so sick because I see it every time I walk in and I'm like, dude, I want to get it so fucking bad. They have a Lucille bat
Nice.
and I'm like, fuck, I want to get it so bad, but I'm like, nah, man, I don't. I shouldn't. I definitely shouldn't. But yeah, my LCS is pretty cool, man. I really like them.
One of these days, bro, whenever I go back to Texas to live there, I'll definitely have to come see you. We got to do some shit IRL, and even if it's
Yeah.
off stream, not even for content, but I would just love to hang out in person and go check out some shops and
Oh yeah, bro, for sure.
get
That'd be
some
fucking
food. And
amazing.
dude, that would be awesome just to
Yeah.
kick it
Yeah,
live. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
Yeah, even off stream, that'd be fucking awesome.
same thing, dude. Whenever I go back, you're definitely gonna have to come to Texas. I'll scout out the area and see, like, cause I wasn't into comics too much whenever cause I grew up in Texas, but I haven't been into comics until recently. So I'll have to. I know there's got to be some banger shops, like that I've
Oh
never
yeah.
heard of. So I'll have to scout it out, and whenever you come by, we can like like jump comic shops in the area and see what we can find. Or you know, it'd be really fucking cool if we had like a set challenge, like we have to find comics by this artist, this writer, like different prompts, and like we pull out of a hat and see like who can, like, you know what I'm saying, like almost like a
Yeah,
scavenger hunt
absolutely,
or
bro.
some shit like that
Yeah,
would be
yeah. Like
dope.
yeah, fuck yeah, dude. We could even do that shit here, bro. There's like in Albuquerque where I
Well,
live in
same
New
thing.
Mexico.
I'm just spitballing, but yeah, even there too.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Either Texas or Albuquerque, bro. Like there is like literally, bro, there's like a good 7 to 10 comic shops in just this city alone.
Hell yeah.
So, and I mean, this is the only city where you could get in and fucking find shit more south or fucking
Yeah,
north or anything like that. But
it's pretty much
this
desert.
100 fucking percent, bro. You'll travel like 10, 15 miles and it's just fucking sand,
Yeah.
dirt,
No,
desert shit
dude,
for a mile.
I haven't driven, but I've rode because we've had to travel between like central Texas and going to San Diego to like, cuz we've lived
Oh, okay.
in both areas and we had to fly out of San Diego to come here to Hawaii. So,
Uh-huh.
believe me, I've made that drive through there
Yeah.
plenty of times through like Arizona, New Mexico, going into Cali. It's just mountains and like desert, dude.
Dirt.
It's just like
Yeah.
barren wasteland, bro.
Yeah.
And
Like
and
some Fallout New Vegas type shit.
for sure the speed limit's like 90. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, 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 for sure, bro. Yeah. That's
but
the truth. That's the truth. Nah, for real, we could definitely you know, Texas and Albuquerque, bro. We could do
hell
both.
yeah.
I don't give a shit. It'll be dope. But do let me know if you do want me to pick you up one of those exclusive covers of The Walking Dead because I think it's issue 1.
Okay,
And
shit, that's cool.
I think I might just fucking pick it up this coming Wednesday anyway, because just talking about it, I'm like, man, I would be pretty upset if I wasn't able to get my LCS's fucking variant of my favorite cover or my favorite series in comics. So
Yeah,
just even talk about them. Yeah, I think I might pick it up.
send me a picture if you can, and soon I'll probably end up sending you money for it. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm gonna. So how much more time do we have in this episode?
How long
Because
have we been rolling?
we've been rolling. We have like an hour and a half. We started it at 6:43, so it's probably been about We're probably like a good under 30 minutes off of the 2 hour mark.
All right. Well, I mean, did you want to talk about anything else this episode?
I think we should wrap this episode up with the Chainsaw Man movie, bro.
Oh shit, dude, I completely forgot about that, man.
Ah, it's all good, bro. I I was like fucking kicking myself because like I really that was something I really wanted to talk about last episode, and I
Mm,
completely forgot about it. But yeah, that is something I definitely wanted to talk about or obviously wrap this episode up with.
absolutely, man.
Let me see. I'm trying to find if. Nah, I'm not gonna be able to find it. I'm trying to find that exclusive for Astro Zombies because that's what my LCS's name is, but I'm not able to find it.
That's
I'll
also
I'll
a
just send you.
dope name, Astro Zombies. That's
Yeah,
fucking sick.
it's they have a massive like mural on the side of the building, which like it's like a mashup of literally fucking Image versus Marvel versus DC, and they're all like jumping at each other. It's fucking sick. It's obviously like sun faded and sun bleached, but it's such a sick mural. Like picture
Oh
heaven for people
shit,
who've never
dude.
seen it.
I just looked it up. Dude,
Yeah, that's it. I literally wait out there every Wednesday outside
that
that
it's
door.
got like Punisher and Ninja Turtles and
Yep, Ninja Turtles and Hulk
dude,
and the Thing
that's
and all that shit.
so fucking tight, bro.
Yeah, dude,
Wolverine,
if you come down
Superman,
here, you'll fucking
Transformers.
love it. Is Transformers on it?
Dude, they've got an Autobot up there. I don't know if it's any specific Autobot. I can't tell, but I see Hellboy. I see fucking Godzilla.
Yeah, Hellboy. Yeah, Godzilla's there. Yeah,
Dude, that is
it's
awesome.
yeah, it's a fucking hell of an LCS, and it's cool too because on the roof of the LCS they have a bunch of famous comic artists and comic creators' signatures on the roof.
Bro. Dude, and they've got records and stuff like you were saying. Dude, oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, you'll have a fucking heyday, bro. If you ever do roll down here, you'll fucking love it. Cause there ain't no comic shop like that. Like I've been to a bunch around here, but like it wins comic shop of the state for a fucking reason. It is stacked,
That's
stacked.
awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm if I ever and it's not even a matter of if. Dude, I've got to get over there.
Yeah,
More
yeah, for
more
sure.
more when. Dude, I'm excited now, man.
Yeah,
That's fucking
100%, bro.
awesome.
It's a great LCS, man, and they're the staff is fucking awesome too, man. Like they've been running it for fucking I don't even know how long, but they're always super nice to me. They always try to chat me up, and they always have my weekly pull list, and they always like it's cool because I think if you pull 5 different series, you get 10% off. If you pull 7 different series, you get 15. And no matter what you buy, you'll get that 15 or 10% off. Like I wanted to get that Jonah Hex
Omnibus.
omnibus. Yeah,
That
and
thing's beautiful,
they
bro.
it is nice. They told me that they'd shave off the 15% if they because they can order it all. Like you could tell them, hey, I want to get that Alex Ross variant cover, or like I want to get that Batman versus fucking Deadpool cover. They'll order it for you and they'll hold it in your box for you. They're fucking awesome, man. I really like Astro Zombies. They're sick.
That's awesome. I wish my shop did the discount thing because that would be extremely useful. Like my shop is really awesome. Other realms here in Honolulu, uh, but like I mean the staff is usually pretty nice as well. You can. I mean I tend to be kind of a pain in the ass there sometimes because I want to special order different variants and stuff, and I feel kind of bad. But they're
Yeah.
definitely able to special order specific variants and it's a little tricky sometimes because we are way out here in the middle of the ocean of whether or not they'll get it in time or stuff
I
like
see what you're
that.
saying.
But they're usually super reliable. And even like just on a random day, I can call them and be like, "Hey, could you add this to my poll?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
flexible. But the way they do things, they have like a membership card where it's absolutely free as long as like you're a resident of the state. Um, but like the way it works is I think it's every $200 you spend, you get $5 back. So it's like I mean, you're getting something back, but I wish it was a little bit more substantial. Like $5 back for every $100 spent isn't. It's much better. I think. I
Yeah,
think
that's
that's
a
how
lot
they
better.
should do it. But I mean, it's whatever. But yeah, no,
Yeah, I
it's
mean, as
another
long as
awesome
you're able to
shop.
get your weekly pulls and shit like that, I mean, I guess that's all that really matters. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And I
for
think
sure.
I've thought about it a bunch, man. Like, because those single issue collecting is fucking expensive. Like
Oh
this
yeah.
week, I got like 8 different books, and I'm picking up, and I'm expecting to spend at least like 45, $50. And I've thought about it, man. I thought about dropping all of my single issue pulls and just waiting for a collected edition on a lot of these different ones. But there's some specific series in particular that I just don't want to fucking drop, man. I'm like I'm invested and I want to see where they go. And it's not like manga where you wait, a month, month and a half to get your collected edition. You know what I mean? You gotta wait a good 6, 7, sometimes even longer months just to get, that collected edition when you could have just, picked it up. And I mean, I make, decent money, so I can do it. It's just kind of like, whenever I'm fucking picking up, 8 different issues and it's fucking expensive. You know what I mean? But
Dude, I absolutely feel you because I'm in the same boat. I end up dropping my stuff, and then some new shit comes out, and I'm like, ooh, and then I add it to my pull list, and then all of a sudden my pull list is back to where it was before I dropped all the shit, you know. But
yeah,
I think after this year, I have some stuff that I'm still picking up, but by the end of the year, man, I'm pretty much done with single issues. I think. As far as like weekly stuff, like if I ever go to a shop and I'm checking through the back issues, that's one thing. But as far as like weekly polls and monthly books and stuff like that, like I'm pretty much done outside of Absolute Batman is the one book that I'm probably never gonna drop, because I've been picking it up since it came out and I've loved it. But
yeah.
that's the one book that I'll come in for. But other than that, I mean, I would much rather just. And also, it's kind of an awkward thing to collect. Like you have all of these boxes full of single issues, and it's kind of like, what the fuck do I do with these, as opposed to having a shelf that's like full of trades and omnibuses that just looks really nice to display. It's a lot harder to display your collection from single issues, unless like you have cool a few like specific covers that you want to hang up on your wall, or like some signed books and stuff like that. But it's just kind of awkward to hold on to. I'm starting to realize that now, as I have probably, I don't know, 500 single issues or some shit. Like, I don't know how people do it who have like thousands of single issues that they collect. They have like those big boxes that are like the drawer long
Full out.
boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I could never do that shit, man. But yeah, it.
So yeah, I'm thinking about I've been thinking about it, man. I've been thinking about dropping, my single issue pulls. And because you hit it right on the head, you know what I mean? Like I'm a guy that likes to display his collection. And that's the reason why I bought that Donny Cates fucking King in Black box, is because it's very fucking pretty. You know what I mean? And it has great contents inside. But I need to go through my single issues and look at the series that I can, because Battle Beast is a series that I don't want to drop
Oh yeah.
whatsoever. I don't want to drop the Fraction Batman run, and I don't want to drop the Fantastic Four run either. But that's those 3 series is a lot cheaper than fucking picking up, Iron Fist, Punisher, Red Band, fucking, all these other like types of shit that I could just, you know, wait, read what I got, and then pick up fucking the collected editions of those stuff, like Bug Wars. Bug Wars, for instance, like I really wanted to get the single issues of that, but I just chilled, I waited out for it, and I got that fucking gorgeous collected edition that Bug Wars comes in. So
Bug Wars
I
is
don't know, man.
the not to cut you off, but you just reminded me. Bug Wars is the other one that is absolutely staying on my pull list. Like Bug Wars and
Yeah,
Absolute Batman. Those are like my one and two for weekly.
yeah. So I don't know, man. Maybe after this week, I might have to like look, because that shit gets fucking expensive, bro. Like
Uh,
really, like
just speaking from experience, the one thing that I would recommend for you is really look at it and be like, take a look at your ongoing series and be like, are these ones that are really good and I want to hold on to? But then you're kind of like, I know I talked to you about this a long time ago now, but like the mini series and the more gimmicky kind of books that are like kind of one off of things that, like, I mean, they might be good as you're reading them, but it's like, do I really need to buy this? Like, I know you're picking up the Spider-Man and Wolverine kind of
Mhm.
thing, where it's like, that's kind of gimmicky, like it might be good, but like, eh. Or like your mini series kind of stuff. It's like, well, can I just wait for this? Like, because it's not an ongoing. It's going to be collected in one single trade a few months down the road, where I can pick it up for $15 or something like
and
that,
it's
and
and it's
instead of
gonna be cheaper. Like
right,
it's probably gonna be on sale, and
instead
it for
of
me to be able to display it and shit, it's just I
instead of
know I need to.
spending 30
I
bucks on the single issues together, you can get something for $15 or cheaper that looks better and collects everything. You know what I mean? That's kind of how
yeah
you have to weigh it out.
yeah no, and I know, man, that's where I need to go in my comic collecting like life right now. But I I need to do it, man. I
It's
need to
hard,
drop.
bro.
No, I get it. No, I fucking trust me. I know. I need to drop a lot of my like single issue series. I'm thinking about maybe cutting it off after this week and just kind of looking for like obviously going because that Venom box right there is all of my ongoing shit, and I'm gonna probably go through it and look and see and probably just go on Comic Geeks and look for the solicits or probably just write it down on my notes, and just figure out what are going to be collected, or obviously they're going to all be collected, but you know go around and kind of stop the single issue collecting because even on fucking like the Thor omnibus, it's only $55. I'm going to spend that tomorrow on 8 issues,
Right.
so I could be getting a fucking beautiful Donny Cates Thor omnibus, or I could be getting fucking 8 single issues of these different series that I'm probably not even gonna fucking remember anyway. You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's exactly how I look at it too, especially since I've gotten into collecting omnibuses. And if you're collecting a lot of weekly books, it's like, I guess when you're picking them up, you don't really think about it as much, but then you look at Comic Geeks and look at your total for the week, and it's like, damn, I really just dropped $60 this week on single issues, when I could have put that towards an Omni that's on sale on Amazon for 65 that I've been eyeing and is probably better than all of these single issues combined. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
a more
100%.
complete story. Like, it's really hard to justify getting single issues sometimes. So that's why I really have to, but it's so easy cuz they're small and they're right there. They're just they're cheap for what they are, I'd say, but like it adds up, especially if you're making a hobby and a routine out of it, where it's just money better spent elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so even talking about it right now, I might I'm probably gonna go through it tonight and figure out what I absolutely need to pick up monthly, and what I'm gonna probably drop. Um, Yeah, because like you're saying, like even just putting it into that little perspective right there, where what I'm gonna be spending tomorrow or on Wednesday, I could literally buy that Thor book, and I fucking already know what I'm gonna be picking up, and it's gonna be some heat. But I literally would rather buy that Thor book like fucking all day than
Yeah,
spend the 55 on these fucking random issues and shit. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be moving towards the no single issues and just collected editions here very soon, because
for sure.
yeah, they just look better, they read better. And I'm a guy where like, you're presenting me a chapter a month. I'm not gonna fucking. I'm reading so much. I'm not gonna remember the shit you told me last. Like, there's so many issues that I've read in my ongoings right now that I'm like, I don't even fucking remember like what had happened last issue. You know what I mean? So I need to. And whenever it's presented to me in a collected like a very clear like story arc, or if it's going somewhere, I can definitely remember it so much better than what it would be just you get 12 issues every fucking year, and I'm trying to remember what had happened last time. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure something out.
For sure, man. Well, let's let's wrap this episode up. Let's talk about that Chainsaw Man movie before we get out of here. Before we ramble on for too much longer about
Yeah,
comics.
no, for sure. I felt like that conversation was well needed, though, man.
Oh,
Like, I
for
feel like
sure.
if people are collecting single issues, they probably should. If the money's disposable, you all got all the money in the fucking world. Why not? Who gives a
And
shit?
the
But
space.
yeah, and the space. But I definitely don't got the fucking space, and I don't got all the money in the world. So I feel like people could definitely pull something from that conversation in itself.
Absolutely.
But anyway, let's talk about some fucking Peak.
Yes,
That
sir.
movie. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna get into heavy spoilers on this flick, even though it's kind of a very like small arc in Chainsaw Man.
It's
My
only like a
favorite arc.
volume and a half long.
Yeah, yeah, it is, and it's a pretty small volume at that. Uh, but fuck, man, that movie was fantastic. Like everything about it, man. Like it's my favorite arc in part one of Chainsaw Man, and I don't really like part two that much.
That's your favorite arc? Like, I'm not
Yeah,
judging, but damn. Have we
no, it
talked
it,
about
it
that
is.
before?
We
Okay.
have, but what I told you last time, whenever you were like surprised about that pick, is I just think that that's the last arc that kind of fucking makes sense
Oh,
in
yeah.
Chainsaw
I
Man.
do remember that conversation now.
Yeah, because Chainsaw Man after this arc, bro, gets so weird and so out there and so like, yeah, the hero of hell is fucking awesome
That's
and
my
metal
favorite.
as fuck. It is awesome, but it just is like so much so like you're like what the fuck is happening,
It's a
like
mind fuck.
it is. But for me, like the Reze arc was really like the last arc that really made or that like resonated with me like in my fucking heart, and seeing it come to life in the most peak fucking animation style like that I probably have ever seen. I seen obviously season one, of course. I've seen a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen, and you know, Mappa just fucking kills it, dude. They are fucking insane with that animation. And there's very like in my opinion that movie very very much has two parts to it.
Mm.
Um where like the first half of that movie is very much like kind of setting up the romance between Reze and fucking Denji, and kind of deceiving you very much so like because Reze turns out to be not, yeah, exactly, and that's the fuck thing is because Denji just wants a real relationship with a person that isn't just obsessed with his fucking heart, which is Pochita. You know what I mean? He just wants a girl to love him for Denji and not
What
for
is it
his
he
fucking
says? He says, yeah, he said, when are all the people gonna stop coming after my heart and actually be here for Denji? He says something
yeah.
along the lines of that, but yeah.
Yeah, as he's riding his fucking steed through the fucking air. Is
Bro,
so good,
Beam
man.
is low key the goat, dude.
Beam is awesome, man. He's fucking Lord Chainsaw, Lord Chainsaw, Lord
Yeah.
Chainsaw. Fucking awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, the movie was fucking awesome, and it very much like reading it. You felt the emotional moments. Well, for me personally, like I definitely felt like you know, because we've all been there. You know what I mean? Like we're fucking. You really want you know a girl to fucking like you and shit like that, and it's just kind of like like I said, we've all been there, and it was really hitting me emotionally whenever I was watching the movie, because whenever reading it, it's very much obviously black and white and on paper, but hearing the voices and the emotion and seeing this love story unfold in front of your eyes in a very very genuine way in a world where there's fucking demon people and fiends and all these fucking wild shit, like it felt extremely human, uh, and it was hitting me, man. I was like, man, this is fucking getting me good, man. Like it's hitting emotional beats that I resonate with extremely much so. And that first half is very 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 um slice of life type of vibe.
For sure. It's definitely
uh,
more slower going, and it's about that build up.
Yeah, and that buildup has very much a fucking. I mean, the whole arc, has an extreme fucking turning point, almost a twist, if you will, of the whole. fireworks scene whenever fucking
I was about to bring that up. I thought the fireworks scene before the twist, right? But just like everything leading up and that conversation where she's like, "Run away with me," like
yeah,
that whole part was beautiful, dude. That was so well done. And I mean, it was a great moment in the manga, but like being able to see it expanded upon and really drawn out, and the color and just everything, man. And especially when that big firework goes on and she leans in for the kiss, and like, dude, it was just such a beautiful moment. And seeing that on the big screen, man, it was fucking amazing.
dude, it was
That
fucking incredible,
that was probably my
incredible.
favorite scene of like the first half. Like again, not including like the twist part, but like just before the twist happens, just that sequence of events at the festival leading up to like when they're looking at the overlook at the fireworks and shit. Like that whole sequence of events right before the twist, peak, bro. Like that was
Yeah,
my probably arguably my favorite part of the movie in general. I mean, it's hard to beat like the chase scene and the all the cool explosive fights that happened and later on in the movie, but
fuck demon and shit.
yeah, but as far as like the build up and just like the more slice of life part, like that's easily the best part of the movie for me personally.
Yeah, and like it could almost be a movie in its own. Like
Mm.
right, like that whole first half could literally just be a fucking an anime love story, and it fucking is so good because it's told so well. Um, and back to what I was saying, it feels extremely human for being a story about demons and fucking demon hunters and shit like that. A very much alien world from where we're used to, but it feels oddly human and oddly just fucking beautiful. For that first half, right up until the twist, and the story very much takes a fucking a hard right turn, um, with that whole twist where she bites off his fucking tongue, and it's fucking awesome, dude.
That
Because
part
it just
also was way more gruesome than I think the manga was because like it happens and then he's just like gushing blood out and he's like
he's like,
you see
what the
more of
fuck?
like that shock and just like the gore of it, you know, just like I think as much as I like the manga, that scene too hit way harder in the movie because I guess like even like the color of the blood and just like all that shit happening was just insane, bro.
Yeah, and it just like I mean, from that point on, the movie completely becomes from or turns from being a slice of life romance love story to a fucking heavy. I mean, from that point on, the action does not end until credits roll, literally.
Up until when Denji gets revived for the first time, it's arguably a horror movie, dude.
Yeah,
Where
because
fucking
fucking throws her head,
Reze is basically like a slasher flick villain,
bro.
like a Michael Myers or like a Jason Voorhees. Like she's like a horror villain. Like through that whole sequence when she pulls up to the fucking the training area of the Devil
The
Hunters or whatever.
headquarters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or as she's like when the people are driving and she's just in the middle of the road and like, dude, like
Yeah,
she's
dude.
fucking terrifying, bro.
Yeah,
I
she
loved
is
it.
her fucking demon form. The bomb devil is fucking creepy, dude.
It's
Creepy.
awesome though, and she has
Oh,
the like the apron dress thing made out of like TNT. Like,
yeah,
it's
dude.
so
So
cool.
such a sick design, and even her head is like a warhead, like a fucking like
It's
a
like a
bomb
nuke.
head type.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
awesome, man. And like just seeing the animation of like her arm like coming into like the strings of like the fuses and shit, just
What
like
one of my favorite things about the Bomb Devil 2 is how her powers is literally just her snapping and like you see the line and like the explosion happen. It reminds me a lot of Roy Mustang from Full Metal Alchemist or like some shit like from Fire Force or something like that. Like I love that shit where all he's doing is just snapping. You know the scene in Full Metal Alchemist where Roy Mustang is fighting Lust and
oh
he's
yeah,
just
and he's turning
pissed.
around.
Boom, 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 just lighting her
Awesome.
ass up, and she's just like screaming in agony, and he's just lighting her ass up, like that kind of stuff. And it reminds me of that with like how she uses her powers. But Dude, it's so cool.
And I mean, you can't talk about this arc without talking about fucking Beam, man. Like,
Like,
Power
bro,
has to get her fucking, like, for real, dude. Like, I thought Beam was dope, but seeing him like conveyed in like actual real time, and like how he's really like a fucking weird, like
but
obsessive, like just kind of out there type of fucking character, and
then you
like cause
learn why later on in the manga.
why? Oh, well, I know, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. Uh, and like I don't know, man. Just even the way, like the way his weird like shark form has like little fucking tentacles like that are crawling and grabbing onto the buildings and shit. It's fucking just it, first of all, it's a wild concept, but to be able to convey it in the movie style and it fucking flow because you're literally in a typhoon, winds going everywhere, things are flying everywhere, and you're able to just see it in all of its glory. Like it's not like there's not too much. Obviously, there's a lot going on, but it's not too much where you can't understand what the fuck is happening. And just that moment where Denji's like Reze tells him like you need to learn. I'll teach you your real powers and shit like that. Like I'll show you how to use your powers. And fucking Denji's like thinking about that after Reze's like kind of teaming up with the fucking Typhoon Devil, and he's like, you know what? He's like, I could take these fucking chains off and fucking like you. And then I don't know if it's the Angel Devil or Aki that's like, dude, that's not how you're supposed to. Like,
Wasn't it
that's not.
Kobeni? Wasn't Kobeni there? And she
Yeah,
said it.
Kobeni was there. Yeah, I don't remember.
I
I'm
don't
not too
remember
sure.
if I thought I could be wrong, but I thought she was the one who recommended he swing around like Spider-Man.
Oh, it was. I think it was her. I think it was her. Yeah, because they literally say Spider-Man, don't they?
Some shit like that. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, or like swinging your chains around like webs to a building or some
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
like that. And then he ends up fucking like pulling him back like a fucking horse. Like, dude, it's so fucking cool. Like that whole sequence with I just love how ruthless Denji is. Like in that, the Japanese voice actor is like fucking the way he's screaming, fucking tearing up that little baby that is the fucking Typhoon Devil. Just epic, man, epic. Peak fucking animation, just peak everything. Peak animation, peak story, peak fucking voice acting. Just awesome. Really fucking loved it.
And what's cool about that too, that I think we often forget about Chainsaw Man, and it's brought up a few times in the manga, but like the devil hunting job takes a very certain kind of person to do, and I feel like we're caught up in like the action of everything. But like in moments like those, we realize just how deranged Denji as a person is. Like he's fucking insane. He's not mentally well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that makes him perfect for the job of being a devil hunter because he's like mentally scarred and he's just like he's literally insane. So like he can handle the intense situations in a way that like normal people wouldn't be able to, you know?
yeah,
And just how his weird ways of adapting to things and just I don't know, it's really neat, and I think a lot of people forget that, you know, because we see how like the normal pedestrians react, and I think there's a point in the manga where I forget is his name Kishibe, the like the trainer guy.
yeah. The guy with like the stitching around his mouth.
He's talking to either Denji or Aki or somebody, and he says something along the lines of like, I think it's when he first meets Denji and like is he goes on to train him in power, where he's basically like, if you're a normal person, you're not gonna make it in this job. Like you have to be fucking insane to survive. Like something he says something along the lines of that, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people forget that, but it's moments like those where Denji's like laughing and shit as he's chopping into
So,
people, or even when he's like
fucking
he'll
yeah, so
throw
cool.
pedestrians at a devil, or like there was that part where there's a dude in his car, like it's in the first season or like the early on in the series, but there's a dude like in his car and Denji throws the car. I think it's when he's fighting the Bat Devil, like at the very beginning.
Oh yeah, that's at the very very beginning.
You're
Yeah,
just reminded how crazy this guy is. Like he doesn't
yeah,
really care
yeah.
about. But anyway, I'm going on a whole tangent here. But Yeah.
Nah, I mean, the whole premise of, I mean, Denji just wants to fucking, he's a young boy, bro. We've all been there. He just wants to grab some tits. He wants to have some sex. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
we've all been there, bro. And I feel like, yeah, like you're saying, perfect, character archetype for that type of job, which, doesn't, Aki is probably the most normal fucking person, there, but even him, he's got a lot of stakes, of himself. Like, he's got what, like 2 years to live, probably
Well,
even
if
less.
anything, Aki reminds me a lot of Guts in some ways. Just like having had that conversation about Berserk yesterday and rereading the Black Swordsman arc, where he kind of turns himself off and is mean outwardly to not get connected to people around him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like that's the whole point. Is
Yeah,
because all of his partners who he's been with like have died, and so that's why he's a douche to Denji and Power in the beginning. Is because he doesn't want to get close to them and see them die. You know, and
yeah,
he's just
like Himiko, like the one with the eye
Himeno.
patch.
Himeno.
He met, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
cool character.
She's
Like
one
with
of
the
my
whole
favorites.
cigarettes,
Yeah.
where he doesn't want to, like, he every time he looks at the pack of cigarettes, he always thinks of her.
Right. And the same thing where like I mean again if you read further into the manga, which I won't touch on here, but you understand his well, I guess they kind of touch on it early on, but you know what his goal is and why he's so determined to fight demons or devils and all that and I don't know, in a lot of ways he reminds me a lot of Guts. Which has become apparent after rereading the Black Swordsman arc.
Yeah. Another thing that I want to talk about the movie is like the whole, like the final, I want to say the message, or like the kind of cautionary tale that this entire thing is pretty much about, is like, yeah, like you could get into a relationship with, the person that you think is the one for you, like how Denji got in the relationship with uh Reze, and then like how poetic it was at the very end, where she just caused him all this, pain and all this, you know, like hurt, and even around all the people around Denji, the civilians, the fucking city, everything around him, you know. Um it's like honestly very extremely poetic in my eyes how Denji just kind of wraps his fucking chains around her, and they both dive into the water together. It's kind of like, or even how it ends, how Denji, tells her like, I will run away with you. You know what I mean? Like, I will go, and we will run away, and he's waiting for her at the coffee shop. It's just extremely poetic because it's kind of like an allegory to like, or like kind of telling of like how toxic relationships are. Like you could be in there with your partner, and they could be causing all this pain, all of this, sadness, all this suffering, but still you just want to be with that person. Just like how Denji wrapped his arms around Reze, and they both dive into the fucking water together. And then he still, after everything she did, after all the pain, after all the anguish that she caused him, he still wanted to be with her.
Because
And I
he's
think it's
desperate. He's never felt
yeah,
love before, and that's the
yeah,
whole thing.
yeah, and it's extremely fucking poetic, man. Like, it touches on that whole toxic relationship type of, you know, like vibe, I guess you could say, up until the very end of the movie, where I think that's probably my favorite part of, I love the whole love story part. I love that whole poetic ending to their, relationship, but I love the way Makima just fucking asserts her dominance, where she is the fucking prime. You know what I mean? She is the devil, in this fucking story, where, Reze goes to go run away with Denji. And after she fucking like kind of thinks about it, she goes to get on the train to go away, and she thinks, she's like, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna go with Denji because I do like him and shit like that. And then she goes, and Makima absolutely fucking tears her apart, man. And it's awesome, but it's super sad because
That's the most tragic part. That's like the ending is the most sad part about the entire story for me is like in the end, she really did she realized she did care about Denji and she goes back for him and they're going to run away together. But then Makima like does what Makima does and Denji's just left waiting there and she never shows up. You know that it's just so
Even though she
tragic.
was, even though she was like in Denji's mind, he's like, oh well, another girl, another loss. You know what I mean? But in reality, she was going to get him
Yep.
again, and fucking Makima just the most like up there with Palpatine levels of fucking manipulative characters, in my opinion.
Which is why I can't wait for the series to continue in the anime, because Makima, like, for manga readers, Makima is one of the best villains in manga, or possibly ever, in my opinion. I love Makima as a villain. I mean, terrible, terrible person, and that's why she makes for a good villain, is because she's like cold and calculated, and her power set is really cool too, and how that works. And um yeah, it's just, she is terrible, dude. She is wicked. um
Ruthless,
Ruthless,
ruthless.
bro, up until the very end, man. And I think that's why I do like the Hero of Hell, like that final arc, so much, is because it all comes to head, and it's about Denji, kind of, I mean, not to get into the like spoilers and stuff, but it's about that internal struggle within Denji, about, him sort of standing up for himself in a way, because the whole time there's that theme of Denji not wanting to be his own person. He just wants to be controlled and just like being told what to do, But it's I think the ending is really symbolic of him almost becoming a man, kind of. It's, in a way, it's like a really fucked up coming of age story, where he's coming into his own and taking charge, and standing up for himself, and I think that's another kind of abusive relationship thing that you brought up with Reze. Um, Same kind of deal, where he's just had enough of being punked around, by the woman who he's in love with, and you know what I mean? What I'm getting at
No,
there.
I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely.
Um, but yeah, I think the way that Fujimoto plays around with those themes around abuse and toxicity in relationships and stuff, because I never really looked at it again. Like, me and you talking leads to doors being opened in my mind where I've never looked at things that way before. But um, that's why I really love this podcast too, man, because just
Oh,
us
100%.
talking allows me to look at stuff that I've read years ago in a whole new light. Yeah, no, it's awesome, bro.
Yeah. So with that being said, bro, I fucking love the movie. That arc, if I had to choose, that's the fucking movie that I would make around that. It's perfectly contained. I mean, obviously you want to know the beginnings of his story and shit like that, but if you really just want to see a fucking, you know, it by itself, I think you could definitely go in and enjoy, um, the Reze arc movie just by itself without having any prior knowledge of Chainsaw Man. But obviously, you still want to, get the whole backstory and shit like that. But I think that movie just stands alone, man. It's really fucking good.
It's almost like a fucked up horror version of like Your Name, or some like anime romance movie. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Well, because like we were saying earlier, it very much that first half of the movie is very fucking like self-contained. It could be its own fucking love story
yeah,
if you really wanted it to, but there's just that fucking extreme hard fucking
that
turn
twist.
that happens, that twist, man, that fucking chain that brings you right back into the Chainsaw Man universe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fujimoto
really good.
reminds you that he ain't fucking around. Like, don't
Oh, dude.
you can't get comfortable. He keeps you on your
Yeah.
toes.
Yeah, even talking about it, bro, I would love to fucking go back and read uh the rest of this of part 1 of Chainsaw Man because I'm trying to even fucking figure out where my shit is. But yeah, I love that fucking first arc, man, or that first whole part. Because even like you're saying, reminding me of like that whole like the Hero of Hell and shit like that, where that fucking scene. I mean, mega spoilers right here for part 1 after the anime,
Oh, you're
but that
talking about
scene
it?
where
You're talking
no,
about
I
it?
mean, I'm just gonna talk about that one part.
Okay.
But that scene where Makima fucking literally like she just tells Denji like I want your heart, and she fucking literally
Yeah.
fucking rips his heart out of his chest, and it's fucking Kuchita.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like it's very symbolic, very you know, poetic in the way Fujimoto likes to tell these like stories about, toxic relationships, love, the angst of being a fucking teenager, and the like the troubles it could fucking get you in just because you're fucking a little horny. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
so I think Fujimoto, man, he's a fucking great mangaka, and his art style is extremely unique. Never seen anything like it. It's a very like napkin sketch type vibes that I get from it.
Did you ever read Fire Punch?
No, I didn't. Oh no, I did. I did. I read the first we talked about this I think on the first
I
episode where
maybe we did.
I bought the whole series. I read the first 3 volumes and I was like, this is kind of fucking weird. Like when the whole
It's
like
weird.
bestiality part comes in and shit, I was like, yeah, I'm good on this.
Yeah, dude, it's really weird. I kind of want to go back and reread it though, cause at the like as weird as it is and like just uncomfortable, there's some really dope fights and dude, it's so cool. It's out there, man. It's one of the weirdest things I've ever read in my life. Maybe the weirdest thing I've ever read. But man, Fire Punch is really good. So I think I mean, it's probably gonna be a long time until we get more Chainsaw Man in anime form after this, because I mean,
Oh yeah.
season one came out in 22, and it's damn near 2026 when we're getting the next portion. So that was like about exactly 3 years, in between. So chances are it'll be another 3 years until we get season two of the anime, right? Uh,
Yeah.
so if people are wanting, I mean, I would personally hop on the manga, um, but if you want some other Fujimoto shit, definitely read Fire Punch, because I enjoy it. It's weird. I definitely heavy trigger warnings because there's like some weird
Oh yeah.
incest, rape stuff. Like it gets out there and it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
definitely.
god, dude!
I literally just saw that on my feed.
No way, dude. I don't know if I can show. Well, I guess I'll show this. Kayla just showed me this, bro. Chainsaw Man. You can't see that at all.
You can just read it out.
Chainsaw Man tease major announcement at Jump Festa. Chainsaw Man season 2. Um, it says drop a major announcement at Jump Festa 2026. The event will be held in December for December 2025. So,
Oh
dude,
shit.
they're about to announce season 2, and which is weird. I I'm interested because the image that they're showing on here, I don't know if this is like a poster or if it's fan made, but it has like the Gun Devil in it. I mean, not for like too many spoilers, but I'll just say it in a way that you know what I'm talking about. It has like Aki and like the Angel Devil on the chains, like connected to Makima, which is like way towards the end of the series. So I don't
Yeah.
know how much they're gonna be covering in this second season. Um,
Oh, man, I hope they don't fucking skimp out because the Reze arc was like a fucking showpiece of what Chainsaw Man
that's
could be and could
fucking
look like.
awesome. I didn't see that, dude.
I thought
But
I'd show you it because I literally
Well, man,
just saw it and I heard you talking about Chainsaw Man and stuff like that.
yeah, that's actually perfect timing. She literally just saw it on her feed as we were talking about it,
we were
dude.
literally wrapping it up. Yeah, that's fucking awesome, man. Great timing.
But like
Uh,
if they're gonna, all right, real quick, because I feel like now that we know that, I have to talk about this real quick. As far as season 2 goes, I really don't want them to rush the Santa Claus arc. I want them to give that arc its dues because I really like Quan Chi as a character. Remember the
she,
assassin, like the Chinese lesbian chick with the eye patch?
yeah.
She's
Hmm.
fucking dope, dude. And that whole arc, one of the Darkness Devil, dude. That scene with
God.
the bisected fucking astronauts, one of my favorite panels in all of manga. Like, and like he takes away their arms and like they make out the word chainsaw as they're like all folded up, and like you see the sky covered with the doors and
The doors and
bro.
shit. Yeah, that whole part is fucking wild, crazy. Like literally, bro. After this arc, after the Reze movie, it just gets fucking wild. And I know I've said that before, but like it gets crazy. Like
Oh
crazy shit
yeah,
where you're very, very fucking much confused, but it's awesome looking, man.
for sure.
And I feel like the black and white art style really lends to that whole Darkness Devil part of the manga because it's
Absolutely.
very fucking horror, very ominous, very like because the Darkness Devil looks fucking
It's
creepy,
one of
man.
my favorite designs from the manga. Like, there's a lot of cool devil designs, but the Darkness Devil used to be like my profile pic on Discord because it was so sick.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, it is dope, man.
with
It is
with the
fucking sick.
fucking horns that come up
Yeah,
on the side.
the weird like like the fucking skull and shit, like that weird like I don't even know what kind of fucking skeleton it is, but yeah. And then all the different arms like fucking praying and shit, like
Yeah,
creepy, dude.
dude, it's metal, bro.
Yeah, they
It's
need to
almost like
definitely do
it's
it
almost like some
justice.
sort of demonic totem pole, kind of like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's awesome. I really hope they do Chainsaw Man season 2, 3, and onward justice. Because I really feel like I've read part two. I've read a good chunk of part two. I've read probably a little less at this point because I caught up with it maybe like a year or two ago, but I know there's obviously like a lot more chapters out now. But from what I read of it, it just did not hit the same
Yeah,
whatsoever.
I mean, from just hearing from what I've heard, very little from people. I've tried to stay away from most spoilers, but it's kind of hard to do sometimes. But a lot of people are saying it feels like Fujimoto's a little burnt out with Chainsaw Man as a concept, and he's just kind of he's trying to do something, but it's just like he's like grasping for straws. That's what people say. It kind of feels like.
well, I think the main detriment that part two has against it is that Asa is the main character and not Denji.
Mm,
And Denji very much takes a. I mean, from what I read, you don't see Denji for the first like maybe 2 volumes worth of chapters, and he's kind of like a cameo, basically like a character, like cameo bait, like a. And I don't know, I just did not. I didn't enjoy it as much. I think it's cool. Like Asa herself is a cool character, and I like her power set and shit like that. But
her powers are fucking awesome. Like I've read the first 3 volumes, I think, or first 2 or 3 volumes of part two. So like volume 12, 13, 14, like something like that, right? Um, because part one is 1 through 11. Uh,
mhm.
yeah, because her powers is like, if I remember correctly, she like touches people and turns them into weapons
Yeah,
or something like that. Or
yeah,
like, I
yeah,
remember she like ripped out a dude's spine and turned it into a sword or something like that.
yeah,
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 dude.
yeah. So she's a cool character, but I not what I fell in love with the series with, man. Denji and that whole like teenage angst, um, and I guess like what you were saying, like how part one wrapped up with like how you were saying he becomes a man. I guess his story arc is kind of finished in a way, but and kind of Fujimoto is just kind of telling stories within the Chainsaw Man universe, but I mean, to me, it's called Chainsaw Man, man, and I want to see fucking Chainsaw Man, and there's not much. Um, from what I've read a good probably 50-ish chapters of part two, and it's very much not Chainsaw Man, more Asa, I guess you could say.
Let me ask you this before we wrap this episode up, because obviously, I mean, I said I'm not caught up with part two, um, but where part one left off, and one of the things that left me the most excited for part two was Nayuta. Do we get some cool shit with Nayuta in part two, or is she just kind of left as just a basic side character? Because again, I guess spoilers for part one of the manga. I mean, skip ahead or whatever, because I feel like I gotta talk about this for a second. But I was expecting some shit to happen where like little bits of Makima start to like slip through, and Denji's like, shit, is Makima really finished? Like that kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like where like the control devil like starts to come back a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, very much a side
That's
character.
lame. Lame. That's fucking lame is what I meant to say.
And I follow the Chainsaw Man subreddit, and I get fucking spoilers all the time. and I've never seen anything about Nayuta at all. And
That's
from what I've read, like I said, I've read like 50, 60-ish chapters of part 2, and she is just an apartment goblin that constantly just fucking sits in Denji's apartment and is like obsessed with dogs and shit. Like, yeah, very much side character. And I don't know if anyone that's watching this is caught up to the most recent chapter, but I heard and I've read it a couple of times that part 2 is coming to a close very soon. So I
dude.
don't know.
If
I'm not too sure.
Fujimoto doesn't do something with her, man, I think he fumbled the ball on that because that is her character is one of the most intriguing parts about the end of part 1. Is like the
Well, you
appearance.
just don't know what the fuck it is like. What the fuck even happens? Because Denji fucking again, major spoilers for part 1 if you guys haven't, if you guys are anime only. Um, but the control devil Makima dies and Denji ends up like fucking eating her in a weird way, and then Nayuta was born from. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like Nayuta was born from her remnants and shit like that.
So the way that it works is whenever a devil dies in the human realm, they're sent to hell. But then whenever they die in hell, they're sent back. They're reincarnated. So it's like a circle of reincarnation, but you lose your memories every time. So Denji was able, through some loophole, right, some asshole loophole that he managed to figure out because he's fucking insane. He eats
Yeah.
Makima and like triggers that reincarnation loop. So Makima goes to hell, loses her memories, and then gets reincarnated as Nayuta, and then that's where she's introduced.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I do hope Fujimoto does something with that character because it is extremely fucking weird and out there like Fujimoto likes to do. And if there's like little cracks in that Nayuta character
That's what I'm
that lead
saying, dude.
to
Where almost like what if Nayuta starts to crack a little bit and like we see glimpses of Makima like come back and just like some like minor personality things where through some like little bit of dialogue of Nayuta saying something about oh she wants to control something or we start to see like cuz you know how the control power works is it starts small and as long as the control devil believes itself to be superior to that thing, then it can control you. And that was the whole point of like when she started controlling Rize and all or Reze and all that shit and why she could never get her hands on Denji is because she knew that the chainsaw devil was more powerful than her. That's why she couldn't control it. So like it starts small, it starts on with the rats where she's like, "Oh, I'm more powerful than the rats." And like she starts to like level up gradually until she becomes almost like a godlike being where she can control anything. So Nayuta is at that stage where she is the control devil whether she knows it or not. And what if she starts to like develop those powers like Makima did and we start to get little cracks of Makima through Nayuta and she almost becomes like a little kid, like a creepy little kid version of Makima. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Denji ends up having to fight Nayuta, or even Nayuta kills Denji, or some crazy shit like that. I think if Fujimoto doesn't develop Nayuta's character, that would be a crazy fumble and extremely disappointing because there's so much cool shit that they can do with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, from what I'm seeing, man, cause I'm looking at some screenshots here.
Let me write
It,
Chainsaw Man, bro.
let me and bro get on that writer's board.
Yeah, for
Nah,
real.
it does look like she's got a lot more to fucking do than what we're alluding to.
I hope so.
Yeah, yeah. So do I, man, because she was a fucking very intriguing part about that story.
Because
But
that's how part 1 ended and I was kind of left like mm, I don't know, man, is Makima really dead? Like that's sort of the vibe that I got at the very end of part 1 and it just as far as I know it just hasn't been expanded upon, you know what I mean? So
yeah, well, I think we're in for something. It looks like something is going on with her. Um, but yeah, I loved it, man. That movie was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, we went way off the rails, but
Yeah. Nah,
dude,
that's all
I
good,
fucking
bro.
love
Fuck it.
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man is fucking awesome, dude. Awesome. That shirt is fucking sick too,
Oh
dog.
yeah, appreciate you. Absolute Batman, bro.
Yep.
Dude, that
So who you rooting for in the KO? Batman?
Batman. I love Batman, and I think his stuff is really interesting. Did you pick up Knife Fight or no?
No, I
That
didn't. It
that
was in
came
my
out last
pool.
week.
It was in my pool box, but I ended up just putting it back on the shelf.
As because they're making this whole thing about like the bracket, and I mean, unless I'm just completely wrong, I think it's pretty obvious who's gonna win, and that's Superman. Like it's
It
supposed
has
to,
to be.
it's a Superman story, and people are acting like other characters like Aquaman might win the KO event. Like fucking no, it's gonna be Superman. Like I don't see it ending up any other way. Um,
How crazy would it be if like Guy Gardner fucking ends up taking the trophy and he's the new fucking like
bro,
universe bearer?
dude,
You would be fucking pissed.
dude, that would be fucking retarded, dude. But but yeah,
Uh,
I'm rooting for Superman. I like Batman. I just don't think it's realistic. I think the realistic choice would be Superman to win it all. You know what I mean?
How sick would it be if it was Superman versus absolute Superman?
Yeah, we've got to get that fight. I think I forget who it was. Somebody just recently announced like how those tie-ins are gonna work, where they're fighting. Like, there's gonna be the Superman versus Homelander thing, and it's gonna be like a one shot, for DCKO or something like
I
that.
have to buy that. Have to.
It's what was it? It's gonna be Joker versus Annabelle, like the doll, and then there's going to be Superman versus Homelander.
Do you know who's going against Sub-Zero?
I don't. Dude, it'd be dope if it was like Aquaman or some shit, and like Aquaman's like freezing the water, and like almost like ice versus ice, or if it's like it's Firestorm in KO.
Yeah, he is.
Dude,
He's literally fighting. He's fighting Guy this next issue.
okay, so if it's Firestorm versus Sub Zero or some shit, dude, that would be dope.
That would be fucking nasty, dude.
Who else do we got? We got like something, not something's killing children, but the buried beneath the trees or whatever the fuck, the little serial killer teddy bear guy.
Oh yeah. The only ones that I know are Homelander, Sub-Zero, and Annabelle.
And they
Those
have
those
Vampirella.
Oh, Vampirella as well. Yeah.
I wonder who. Yeah, dude. I
Yeah.
don't know if you
It's gonna be.
saw. They just solicited the trade for KO. It's up for pre-order on Amazon, but I looked at it on Comic Geeks, and it looks like that trade's gonna be kind of whack. I won't lie, because it's only collecting the three main issues for KO. It's like $20, but it only has three issues in it, and it doesn't have any of the tie-in stuff. So I'm low
Wait,
key.
isn't KO?
What's up?
Isn't it 4 issues total?
Maybe it was four. I don't know. It only said unless they're gonna add more to it later on, but it's only solicited for three at the moment. Uh, I'm not gonna look at it on the computer. Hold on. Let me double check. Maybe it's because issue 4 isn't solicited yet.
It says that a DCKO event consists of 5 issues. It's gonna continue through early 2026.
TCKO 2, 3. Interesting. So it only shows up to or issue 3 on there at the moment, but okay, maybe it'll be 5 issues then. It just hasn't put them on there yet. That makes a lot more sense. But regardless, if it's just the KO issues and not any of the tie-ins, that's still kind of bull. Like, I think for KO, I'm gonna wait for an omnibus because they've done a Dark Knight's Metal, they've done a Death Metal omnibus, like, which was the Wonder Woman event, and then Dark Knight's Metal being the Batman event. They're gonna do one for KO. They have to, an omnibus that has all of the tie-ins, all of like everything, man. And
That would be fucking sick.
I don't know. I might just have to wait for the big KO omnibus because that would be a must buy, bro.
Yeah, because in my eyes, I'm thinking about just buying the normal KO issues, and then
When does KO
and
issue 2 come out? Hold on, I'm sorry.
no, it's all good.
Uh, issue 2, November 26th. Okay, at the end of the month. Okay. Sorry.
Nah, it's all good. But what do you say we wrap this episode up, brother?
Oh yeah, we again, man. We just hey, there's so much to talk about. But yeah,
Yeah, there is.
Let's. What are we at? Probably 2.5 hours now.
Yeah, time fucking flies.
Yeah, man. All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap this up before we spend another 3 hours on here. Thank you all for watching. This has been another episode of We've Got Issues. I've been Luke. That's been Cameron. And yeah, man, we're excited to do more of this series. I'm glad that we're doing this on a more consistent basis. And so be expecting more episodes. By the time this comes out, like we said, the Berserk review or deep dive, whatever, will be out. So check that out. Yeah, just y'all strap in. We've got a lot more coming. So any closing statements from you, Cam?
If there's any new people that are coming in from the Berserk review or the blind review, just know that we're gonna be having after Berserk, we're gonna be having a lot more books that we're gonna be reading together, and hopefully some shorter series
Yeah.
than Berserk that we can all doing together. But if you're here from the Berserk review, you're here at the very beginning of this long journey that me and Luke are starting here, and we appreciate you guys being here. And if you've been normal viewers of the We Got Issues podcast from issue number 1, appreciate you guys being here as well. Thank you guys so much.
Dude, I know this is the ending, but I just thought of something super sick. You just said issue number 1 instead of episode 1. What if instead of calling our episodes, we call them issues like it's a fucking comic?
Dude, we should fucking do that.
We call it issue number 1, issue number 2. Bro.
Yeah, dude, we should do that. Yo, come on now.
That would be sick. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Later, guys.
Dude, hell yeah. That was fucking sick.
Yeah, bro. I feel like we're getting better and better and better at this fucking thing. I mean, by the time we hit issue